perfectly serviceable to say that the dramatic question of this particular scene has been solved. We all know where this is going, so let's speed it up a little bit, if you all are okay with that.
Yeah.
You have the exhibition.
Because
Speedy,
honestly,
speedy time.
I don't want to do another one of Paizo's many scenes. All right. As mentioned, on the 4th day of Christmas, your true love did not come to you, but why is this under exploring Goka?
I don't have a true love. Silo cry.
Thanks. Not to mention the fact you attend the Empress Yin Opera House on the 5th day, I think that was scheduled. Upon which you watch a beautiful dress rehearsal performed by an individual known as Master Razzle. A Kenku who seems to make the very air in the room flow around. But honestly, I'm gonna point my little finger here. Paizo, you have a really magical world. Why the fuck is everything so mundane so far? Come on! Give me someone who plays music and it causes the air to swirl, lights to form. You've literally got a bard class for this, man. Come on! Why isn't?
Especially since we're all like super high level. Why don't we have that?
It gets way worse in Absalom, which is a setting that they released a setting book, and a common criticism I've seen is that Absalom feels extremely non-magical for how the setting works. You know, I'm going to give him this. In 3.5, a lot of cities tended to have, there's just ever-burning torches all over the place. Although there have been Aberon adventures. I don't know. But I still like the fact that even back then they were like, yep, these things work forever, so unless they get lost, you can just use them. So logically, people who need them want them and have them.
It makes them a really bad industry to work in.
They're magic items, and we live in it's a society where people get killed on the double. So odds are a lot of those things up in a monster layers because, it's a world where towns get wiped off the map every few decades or so.
I like
Right.
the graceful dodge of saying we live in a society there. Just nearly fell into that pitfall trap.
Oh no. But we do live in a society. As long as you're not adventuring. The second you leave the town limits and go out to fight monsters, well, I guess then you live in a monster society. You have to put up with their little cliques. They put the little hands in the sides and go, mm-mm-mm-mm. This is a no adventure zone. Please leave your swords and spells at the door.
Ah, yes.
But yes. And then comes along the 6th day. The last day before, I think, your big thing happens. Your exhibition match. A good day to get ready. To crack those fingers, rub those elbows, grease those toenails, and get ready.
Set to get decked.
Get set to get decked is the way to put it, I guess.
It's a new day, so I'm gonna be able to make 4 bombs.
Yeah. And since we know there's an exhibition match, I can hand out things.
Preparing for stuff? Impossible.
Yeah.
That's illegal, Bella. We don't get to prepare. You have to go in there like we didn't even know there's a tournament. We have to pretend it's part of our swagger. Oh man, there's a fight going on today? Man, I had no idea.
I'll turn on my brightness a bit. Here we go.
Also, do I just drag the items into their inventory? Or?
I think that works.
Yeah.
So the Iron Claw sheets got a few cool updates, and I just keep being surprised by the cool features they're adding. We now have templates for species and normal careers, so that takes a
Honestly,
hell of a load off
I
my
like
back.
the Iron Claw sheets. They're nice.
I'm so glad they take the shit off my back. Oh, I made.
Iron Claw sheets?
Yeah, there is a system support for Iron Claw, and it is it's got COC levels of like tender love and care put into it.
Oh yeah, it's really nice because we've been doing that on Saturdays, and it's been quite easy, honestly.
These are all things that benefit me more than anything. Although I guess it would benefit anyone who's using in the compendium. They fixed bugs. Oh, so it's great when they put it like that. Also, I figured out how all this works. Also, they changed how condition adding works. Normally, I had to enter it by hand, but now they have a drop-down menu, which makes it way easier. Gosh. Also, they can make it so they give bonuses. Oh, they exhaust when they're used. Oh, that makes personality gifts and everything so much easier to use. Oh.
Kujan, look at your inventory. I added this.
I'm jumping for joy. Kojan, remember, always check your pockets because you've got a little doll putting stuff in it. Or you're not looking.
It's a doll that is actually shorter than me.
Game
You know,
of
she could,
Thrones.
that's a really cute concept. She just like walks up to you and just puts a thing in your pocket.
She
Like,
puts a bomb in your pocket.
Okay, I got the stuff. Also, Safford, there's a thing.
Yeah.
Thing.
I have some equipment that gives me resistances.
What is it?
I've got a ring of sonic resistance greater,
Yeah.
and I also have frost resistance on my armor, but I can't get it to add to the sheet.
All right. Let's take a look at your cool explorer's resilient clothing. Cold resistance.
Oh, now it works.
We just saw the IT jinxing in action. Where someone went to take a look and it fixed itself.
And it wouldn't work.
Please apply. Please use the take a rest button on your characters, for fuck's sake. And restore your hit points to full, goddammit.
I have updated my resistances, I think.
Because if you
Oh,
walk
wait.
in there with anything but full stamina, I'm going to be very angry at you.
Cold
Resting
fire.
got rid of all my items. So
oh, could you get rid of drain off my character?
Hey, Claire.
Yeah.
That little star on your blue bar, that's actually where you do that. You can just get rid of it. Bam.
What's star?
It's gone now. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's on the right, idiot. It's a little star. It's not that hard to miss. Baby Brow says they butt you in the butt.
Look, they're literally a book of alchemy. I'm
Stop.
not gonna take any sass from
Don't bully this small and innocent,
There.
precious Baby Brows.
I'm happy that I finally have my resistances all set up. That took a while. I'm good to go.
Chilly Billy. Electricity, fire, sonic. Oof, careful around acid though.
Yeah, that's like one of the big ones I don't have.
Today is the exhibition showcase. On this day, you are confined entirely to your rooms because, well, you're not supposed to watch the other teams. So they're kind of just making sure that your first fights are fresh for the most part. Which also makes you wonder, who are they matched up with? Well, the answer is quite simple. You're obviously going to get matched up to teams that you're very unlikely to fight. So, who do you get matched up with? If not the lowest seed, the second last seed. And that's kind of how they do it. They set up in such a way that they take the bracket, they go, this guy's not going to fight that guy, this guy's not going to fight that guy. Except in like the loser bracket, but they don't really care because that's like the loser bracket. They want the real main event to be all pure. At least that's the excuse you should get when Baby Brows keeps trying to leave through the front door.
this animal.
Baby Brows, of course, giving the old Baby Brows. Like, sure. Eventually, you two are escorted. It's late afternoon, not like evening or dusk, but it's definitely not midday, which is lucky, because that way you won't get too sweaty in this hot sun.
That's good.
Yeah, escorted. Let's see. Now that I think about it, I don't actually know where the arena is located on the map. I wonder if they know.
Probably not.
The Grand Arena of the Cliffside Court. Well, which of those is the Grand Arena then? It's number 3. Let me just check this out. Give me a hot minute here, kids. Because this is like one of those small asides that makes my brain go, I want to know this. Number 3? No, that's the Ice Fang era. Really? Yeah. Number 4 is the Imperial University. That's this big building over here. There's only 7 and 8 that are left here. The Vault of the Golden Flame and the Theater. Plays operas such as Farewell My Empress and Wukong Steel's Divinity. Oh man, it's Journey to the West. I love it.
That just sounds like a video game title.
It really does.
Yeah, I have no idea where the hypothetical arena is located. Cool.
It's at the arena.
There's
It's
not
an arena town.
There's an arena out there somewhere. Don't worry about it. You just walk down an
See,
alleyway.
that's part of the competition. You have to find the arena.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
a pocket dimension. You have to like jump into a portal somewhere.
It's like the 9 3/4 platform basically. Like you walk down a hallway and suddenly you're somewhere completely else. And it's like, how does this work? It's like you don't have to ask that question.
It's magic. Don't ask questions.
It's turf magic. It just works.
Haha, Claire and I talked about that earlier.
Haha.
Shut up, Claire. Bap.
Wow.
Also,
Just slapped
Arbeth,
across the floor.
Arbeth, you also have a thing in your inventory now.
Why do you think? Why do you think I hit you with lethal intention? I just used this big old puffy, fluffy, like fursuit level paw to bap you. Like
The blade of armor plating. What is this?
Why are you using a blade of armor plating against this thing, Claire? It's just a fluffy paw. Come on.
Well, no, no, I mean what Bella gave me.
Give
Sorry,
something
what's happening
you-
now?
Yeah,
Oh God.
something you can wear to add 30 temporary hit points.
Fucking
Huh.
Arbeth is just covered in a blade of armor.
Did all just like runs up and just stuffs me in a freaking suit.
It's the new ablative suit, Mr. Bond.
Also,
So-
the idea is that it breaks apart whenever it's hit, and that's how it's losing its temporary hit points.
Well, a
Yep,
blade
so I'll just equip that fact. before
isn't
we
the
get
way
into
that a
battle.
blade of armor works that it literally explodes in the opposite direction. No, that's reactive armor. Right?
Yeah, reactive armor would be going the opposite direction. Ablative is just like solid.
Lose those chunks.
Ablation technically would be like through evaporation. So like a laser hitting a target would only remove the outer layer. That's ablation.
Also, I would like to point out that not only can I now find the Grand Arena on this map, but supposedly directly adjacent to the arena is a tree-lined plaza, which implies that it's here. But that's not the cliffside court. I think they did a very good job laying out this map. Or I'm just fucking stupid. That's possible too. We'll settle on the latter and we'll figure out the former.
I think maybe it's that big area down the bottom. That seems to be surrounded by trees.
Oh, that would make some. No, that seems more like a yeah, that's not even. Doesn't even have a number associated with it.
You know, I was gonna say because it's not one of the labeled locations. Maybe it has to be something.
Also, let's just get to the arena. You escorted there straight away, wherever it is on this map. Maybe it's off screen. I don't care. You're there now.
Some guy helped.
You arrived mysteriously. I'll be honest. I'm perfectly okay with towns just being a list of locations or vague abstract maps, but the non-inclusion of something bothers me way more than anything else. Okay. Oof, oof, oof. Your showcase match is against Tino's toughest, and this is the first time you've been in the arena proper.
Yay.
The arena is a grand spectacle. A massive towering structure with room for many a peasant. And, well, it's got a little podium for rich people. Before you even go into the arena, there's a dressing room where you can take care of all your necessities. Drop anything you don't need.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's where you can put on your thing. Well,
Fix
that's
your
why
middle
you
fist.
heard.
Everyone always talks about, drop my backpack before I get into a fight. It's like, dude, just set up a fucking base camp at that point, you idiot. Set up a base camp. Don't carry your tent around, just put it down somewhere. Because that way, when you're sick and tired of being in the dungeon, you can just drop into your tent and sleep. That's a pro tip from your boy. Set up your tent before you're tired. The arena, exactly. There's lots of noise coming from there, from all kinds of horns, honkers, and more. And the buzzing of those little cameras all over the place. And then, of course, there's Tagada Emi, who is presenting the whole affair, mentioning the last team that just left the arena and their valiant strife against one another. This fight is primarily to show off for your patrons. I don't actually know why they're having another fight, to be honest, because they have like a lot of intermediary fights that aren't part of the tournament already. It just feels kind of weird. A little too leaning into the patron, I guess. I mean, there's been a whole pre-qualifier. I guess it's... never mind.
Oh god.
What is it?
Vuvuzela.
Did you just realize you have stage fright?
No, it's the Vuvuzela.
Oh god, not the vuvuzelas. Dear god, no. Please
I'm
don't.
gonna have a moment of like,
those ones.
When you walk out of the arena hall and you bask in the bright lights of the arena, and see all the crowds. People you know, people you don't know. Hordes of faces in massive lines. What do you feel? What do you feel?
Bethany feels excited.
I feel
would.
distressingly small.
I imagine you would feel quite small, surrounded by such grand architecture, all focusing the attention of thousands on one point. There's even a massive hologram overhead, which appears to reflect sort of the relative arena itself. For the most part, you see only Tagada, but when you get close enough, you whoop, pop into view. This exhibition fight, I would start yelling, but it's a little early in the morning, so let me have a drink first.
A sip.
I'm not no baby. I do not sip, I gulp.
CAP.
See, baby Claire, there's the difference between you and Safi.
I do not sip my health potions. I slam the bottle in my mouth and crunch it.
And then I scream, another! While my gums bleed.
Exactly. Thanks, Claire, for putting me in this precarious position. I appreciate that you are also politely informed that healers and clerics stand by in the adjoining buildings in case anyone fucks it up.
Ah, well, nice.
In case someone beefs it. Which is a word that I want to integrate into my vocabulary.
That is such an old phrase, and I still love it.
I
Beef
say
it.
it all the time.
I love it because Dizzy said it in such a nice, nice meaty way.
Yeah.
Beefs it.
Beef burger.
Get out of here.
Does a
You've
little
ruined it,
dance.
but it's dead.
Bap.
Leave the shark bait on the floor, though.
So leave the bait.
Take her off your head and put her on the ground. The arena is full of cheers and jeers. Some people love you, some people hate you, but perhaps it's also because some people like the other team, and they're just cheering for them and cheering for you. You are, after all, not the only people here. Perhaps this is the first time that the true scale of the event hits you, because up until now it's mostly been quiet and somewhat repressed, but now the tournament's about to actually officially start, and you're surrounded by thousands of people who came just to see you fight, just to see you do stuff.
Hooray.
We're legends.
Or maybe.
Tagada Emmy introduces you both with the same grandeur she does everything else, although you can tell that she's kind of stumbling over your name. And in this corner we have Tino's Toughest, and in the other corner we have the Dapper Scamps.
Yay.
Yay.
Guy.
You shake hands,
me
or
off
bow,
the field.
whichever one you prefer, with the other team. I imagine that in this post-corona world, a lot of people are like, let's just bow.
Yeah.
But that's not for these people. Although, I guess you are in a culture where bowing would be the standard. Wait, Tino has a sword? I thought he fought with his fists. Huh.
Sir Malphus bows and Bethany stands on Sir Malphus' back and bows.
Child, if you're going to excessively clickety-clack, put yourself to push to talk.
Sorry.
As the two of you stand opposite one another, Tagada Emmy reminds you that this match will be the most basic of matches. There's no special conditions, no special qualifiers. The only requirement is that you incapacitate the other team with the best of your skill and ability. Last team standing wins, but do not forget the other optional rules. If in case of necessary, if you are incapacitated for 3 rounds, you are also down and out, and the other team can surrender at any desired moment.
Oh.
Tagada Emmy is not walking around, by the way. In case I didn't make it clear, she's flying around the place. She's got a whole fancy whoosh spell on her.
Because why wouldn't you?
Now
Look,
this
if
is
you can do it, do it.
now this is the first time I'm going to give the book props. They do in fact give her this raw. So good job, Paizo. You got one.
Yeah, it's just
You
something you
did.
can do.
Oh my goodness. Okay, now because what even is this spell? I've never heard of this one. She's using something called grossly transcription, which apparently provides subtitles.
That's
Now-
really cool, though.
Now, that's already built into what I had in mind for this, but apparently they considered this as well, which I think they did primarily. Oh, to continuously project a transcription of her monologue in Tien in the air above the arena for all to see. Okay, cool. So she's just. I prefer the idea there's just lots of little cameras and everything everywhere.
Like the
Just-
cameras get the spell.
No, they just show what's actually going on inside the magic box. Those are relays. Ghostly Tragedy. What's a focus spell? Okay, let's look. Ghostly Transcription. Glowing letters assemble in the air, providing a transcription of the creature's speech in all languages you speak. Wow. That's fancy. Oh my god, it's such a... Oh, it's Gods of Magic, and it's one of those... as a 4th level focus spell, so you're like level 8 when you get this, or level 7. With a range of 30 feet, targets one creature, so you poop one person at 30 feet, and for 1 minute. For 1 minute, which is like, okay, that's a fight, but like, it's a focus spell, and it costs you a point! Why do you like this,
More
Paizo?
points.
Why are you so cheap? Oh no, it's actually one of the focus No, it's a 4th level focus spell. Yep, spend a focus point to do that. Get the fuck out of here, Paizo. Please do what some smarter people have said and make skill feats that are just utility spells. I know everyone will say it's 4E, but it works way fucking better when you're 4E in terms of how your combat system works. When you have this combat focused, you have to do it. Like 3.5 can get away with it because 3.5 is a whole non-combat oriented component to it. You can't do it in this though. Oh, idiots. That's all they are. I keep saying it, and I'm going to say it 1,000 times more. Pathfinder 2E is what happens if you take 5E and slam it together with 4E. The cowardice, the unwillingness to take what is learned of the past and what is needed for the future. Because it's what they did, and they did, everyone yelled at them. Be. God dang it. Welcome to the arena, kids. Unfortunately, because this is a nice arena, there's no blood on the ground. Despite there having been like 3 other fights today. Like, Jesus. Keep this plane spotless. The crowd around you falls to a silence as Hao Chin decides to give a lovely little speech about how she believes in the strength of those who come. You know, I just want to point out, isn't Hao Jin like a sorcerer? Why is she into martial fighting so much?
Because she is
I-
technically seemingly based off of a tiny sorcerer, and those would be derived from physical interaction as well as magic.
So she's Shishigenja, which, doesn't exist in the system anymore. Gotcha. I would actually like that if she was a Sugenja, like an elementalist kind of person. I really like that class in 3.5. One of my big faves, because it just has this...
I played a Shugenja once.
I just like how it flows, which is exactly why I made one of the kobolds in my Saturday game, a Shugenja, although I adjusted it a bit because the elemental selection might get in the way of such a small, straightforward game. In general, was very nice with those characters. I just like... Point is, Hao Jin gives a little speech about what this is about. You imagine that if this is the speech he gives for the exhibition match, it's going to get way worse for the actual tournament itself, and you're on the first day, so you have to be there for the opening speech, standing around, waiting for things to happen.
I've been to that in work before.
Tagada Emi, however, eventually is given... At the end, the Hao Jin, sort of relays the authority to Tagada Emi, who takes her position high above and says that if this match is a little boring to you, consider it your last fine fight in a situation where you have total control. For you may have already heard or seen the beautiful... And she starts, advertising the interviews they have done, all the little supplementary content off to the side, in which they talked about the traps and the things and the thises and the that's they've got prepared. They have the whole spinning tower set up and everything.
If you support us on Patreon, you'll get access to our bonus content.
And this tournament is sponsored by...
Raid
You know
Shadow
what,
Legends.
This is the last time you're going to have control over your fights, as well as the last time you might have control over your computer data. So we're going to talk to you about NordVPN.
I love Nordman. Internet Historians Nordman is great.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say his name like you can say him Pepsi Man, but it's still good enough.
Pepsi Man.
Claire, you can't say it like a wet fucking noodle. You have to say it with some timbre. You gotta make your voice sing. Pepsi Man. You gotta have that vibration down low. If you don't, you're not
Try to
trying
get that
hard enough.
vibrato, Claire.
You can't do it. You're too dumb. You're too baby.
Or the staccato.
Take it to Emmy says that both sides better fight with honor and fight to their greatest abilities. She holds her hands up. She pauses for a moment as she looks over at Tito's toughest, and then her hands go whoosh, fight. Around you falls this curtain of shadows. You don't know why, but you imagine it's the same thing that they were using back in what was it called? Bonmu. A little isolation ward, so that everyone on the outside can't just start intervening on the inside.
Like stray fireballs won't go into the crowd, etc., etc.
Because this is like the perfect time to take out an enemy team by just throwing a fucking bomb into the arena.
Hmm.
Fireball has a 500 feet range. You could literally cast it while you're floating outside of the arena.
Looks at
Oh,
bomb.
I wanted to activate that plating before we started. So
Yeah,
wasn't
I
sure
put
how
mine on before we went in because it lasts for an hour.
Okay, how do I do that?
Okay, what does it take to activate your ablative plating?
Holy crap! I got a 40 on my. I go first.
Yeah, you go first.
Claire, your
This is the
ablative...
happiest day of my life.
I don't...
Zala starts crying.
Claire,
John
Zala
goes
did
last
it.
because he's crying.
Claire, your ablative plating just activates when it's on you. So just put your
Okay.
temporary hit points in place.
Actually, there's a status effect.
Yeah.
So what I did, Claire, is you can, if you click the icon, you can open it in the chat, and then you can drag the status onto your.
It's already
character
on
sheet.
you, Claire.
Okay.
In case you... Oh, I thought... Huh, I thought I had the bar module on, but I guess not.
Also, I like the idea that like there's like, all right, let's have an honorable fight, and then suddenly Kujian and the baby Yin like bomb thrower like get plated up.
No, I got played up before we went in
Yeah, I imagine you both did that.
because it takes a while to put on. Okay,
Oh,
so
God.
first thing I'm gonna do,
Well, it's your turn, yes. You take the initiative as the situation...
I would drink a potion of quickness.
Glop.
So now I have haste, which that was on my bandolier. So does that mean it took an action?
If it's on your special boy bandolier, then just slap it on, baby. Why does it not click and drag onto you? Oh, it's creating
don't know.
scrolls. Oh, I know why. It's being
That's
dumb.
weird.
It's I dragged the wrong thing. Here you go.
So now I move here. I'm like, hi, Tino. And then I get leading dance him. So that is a performance check.
You intercept and go for it. What do you need, will DC?
Will DC.
I dragged the wrong tokens onto the map.
Oh
No.
no.
These are the level 9 versions. I don't
I
know
was
how
about
I
to say,
did
are
this.
these the baby ones?
No, they're supposed... Why can't I click and drag? What's wrong with you, Foundry? Let me click and drag, Foundry. Ugh, whatever, just be like that then. I thought I got the right ones. Okay, Yuk, Tino, Takatora, and Yabin. God damn, why can I not click and drag all of a sudden? It's being all goofy about things. I don't know. Okay, first you need to go into combat, and then you need to roll. You know what? I'll just push these boys back to what they used to have. I think these guys were at the bottom, right? We'll sort it out. Anyway, his will DC is what you need it, right?
Yes.
It's 30, so you succeed.
Okay, we both move back here, 5 feet.
35, 23. We'll leave it as it is. All right.
Yeah.
Boop.
Just move Kujan up. It'll be easier.
And then I'm going to shank him, a normal shank,
Marvelous.
because I have an extra action.
This is your last action, I think.
No, because I took that was on my bandolier.
One to
so isn't
activate
that
a potion,
free
one to move over, one to slide, and then one to attack.
Oh, okay.
The
I thought
potion, the drawing of the item becomes free.
okay, so that's a finisher then.
Because in case you didn't know, Pathfinder 2E wants you to pull things. It takes 2 actions to use most items that are 1 action to use. It's... The funny part is, so let me put this in your lap, right? I've begun to realize something about 3.5 that a lot of people don't know. That a lot of people need to get up their ass because it's important. Earthbound has this too. It's called a dead turn. A turn in which nothing significant happens on the enemy side, which encourages the players to do more strategic things than just fight. Okay, that's a crit, which is one hell of a thing. This also crits the guy in the back. Is this the piercing thing, or what are you using?
This was piercing.
Excellent. Well, that's one hell of an opener, I'll be honest.
And then the
then-
fight starts, and oh my god! Oh my
And I take a
God.
quick step out of the way because of my dueling dance.
Okay, but first, I want to point out, I recently saw a guy with a game, and it was called Decimation, and it's a soldier game of World War II soldiers, and they shoot the little pew-pews. And turns in that game are, I think, 4 seconds long, 15 in a round, and in a minute. And the basic idea is that you take 1 action per turn. Actions and everything is very, very terse. And what I began to realize is it does the same thing that Call of Cthulhu does. It compresses the whole concept of what a turn is, so that 1, you don't have much to do and much to worry about, and 2, there's more space for there to happen, for nothing to happen. Iron Claw has this too. There's a lot more space for you to just do something else, do something interesting, because you don't need to focus everything on just the damage. I like it. I like it a lot. I need to think more about this, but there's something in there that encourages you to use items more, because who fucking cares when you know that sometimes nothing happens in a turn, instead of everything just happening in 3 minutes. Ugh. Ugh.
Ugh.
Anyway,
Also,
I forgot to
both
mention
of those
this.
guys are flat-footed till next turn.
Anyway, how about I tell you something that's... Okay, I don't know why you specifically, Tino, have the bar on perfectly, but let me mention something else that I forgot to mention. The crowd is here, and the crowd is a great inspiration source. Let me read where are the rules? Oh, they're probably at the end of the team. The crowd appeal. Whenever you grant a crit success, drop an opponent in the first 2 rounds, or critically succeed at a skill check, aka you're doing something amazing, or something particularly risky or dangerous, the crowd cheers, giving you a +1 bonus to all checks, attack rolls, saving throws for 1 round.
Awesome.
That's for the whole team, by the way.
Ooh.
Neat.
I just helped everybody.
You can also attempt to rattle the crowd yourself if you want to, but it gets harder over time. Although with a critical success, the bonus goes up to +2. Basically, there's a lot of cheering happening, and that's like, I don't know why that's the one thing that gets to go through the impenetrable screen, but it's there. You're all real hyped up.
Yeah.
Yuck.
For the first time ever, you saw the kobold just run in and just, like, bam.
Wait, I was under the impression that Yuke was a spellcaster.
Well, the bird was the spellcaster.
Oh no, he's a Nia. No, the bird's a swordmaster. Oh no, Yabin's the... God damn it. I thought Yabin was some kind of fighting guy, but I was all mixed up. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to transfer some damage. Poor
Yeah, I
Ninja
mean, this
Man.
would make sense. They would have their formation on deck.
Alright, Yuk, what do you got? What do you got, baby? What do you got? Well, he's got a whole bunch of freaking moves, none of which are too useful in this particular context. So a lot of people go, when will I get time to summon? The point is that you play more strategically, more tactically, larger scale thinking. And that's just missing when all you do is run in and hit things all the time, because you can always, I've got the wiggles, I'm wiggling, stop me. How does Yuk work? Yes, alright, let's go for it. How does this work? Okay, but that has like an action cost associated with it. Cool, it's being done. It costs 1. There you go. Alright. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Wow. Getting some lovely distance in the way, and he'll hurl a dart directly at Bella.
Rude.
Very.
That hits.
Bella's hit. You are pinned to the ground by a swooshing dart.
I'm knocked off Metal Fist. No.
Honk.
Let's see, specifically, you are immobilized until you manage to pull yourself free. And then with his other action, whoosh.
Alright, I took
This one's for
damage.
Kuchen.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that one. one hit me.
Takatora. Oof, oof, oof. Let's not take care of that quite yet. His blade out. Unfortunately, technically speaking, you wouldn't have your swords out before the fight starts, because that just looks kind of awkward. But, especially since you stood around for like 10 minutes for a whole freaking speech. Wait, why does he have a +15 to hit on this fucking sword? You're a sword man! That should be 25. Oh no, 26 actually. It's way underplaying it. Wow. I guess they just duplicated the sheet and didn't alter things properly. So,
Oh.
that's actually with another 11 on top, which would make it 39.
So that's a hit. Just barely.
Zink.
Glances off the armor Bella gave me.
Clonk. Oof. Oof. Tino! Oh, wait.
Man himself.
I forgot. I completely forgot because it's been a bit. And only now that I remember. He technically got a free cheap shot in on you. Because his friend got hurt.
Oh, yeah, he's a paladin.
He's one of those boys. Plus his level, so that would be like 15. There you go. And then he gave you a good old karate chop.
Oh, he also hit by Like 2.
Here, nice karate chop, and then we get the turn. Woof! With quick footwork, he slides on over.
Apparently, everyone else got a turn. And Zyla.
Sila, are you evil?
No.
You're not hurt by his goodness. He's a paladin. He's
It's
part
kind of
paladin.
weird. I thought he was a monk.
He's a mixture of things, and I don't know why. I mean, it's kind of neat, but it's like this would work way better in Pathfinder where again, I kind of think people would enjoy that game better if they got those sticks out of their asses. I have a lot to say about it, but let's focus on the matter at hand, which is what does he have? Key strike? What does that do? Sure, let's throw out the old karate chop. What can he use anyway? Oh, but you are weak to lawful, Mr.
No, I'm
Chaotic.
not axiomatic.
So how does this
Oh,
work?
no.
Can I just throw this on him and it works? Because I would love that. And then we use a karate chop.
What?
Yeah,
Oh no, thankfully
that's
it's not
crit.
a critical.
That is a crit
Oh, it's
because you're
not.
flanked.
Oh,
Yeah.
Unless you can avoid being
Good
flanked
man.
like some rogue.
maybe. I have weird abilities.
I know a thing or two about roguish.
The funny part is he
abilities.
also gains a +1 status bonus to his attack roll with the strikes as a result of the cool thing that he just used. So he would have crit you anyway. Anyway, you're hit
Hey,
for
Key strike,
a big bonkin. 56.
key strike does work.
Who-
Yippee.
Bethany, you're stuck to the ground. You have to pull yourself free before you can move around.
Alright, I take 1 action to pull myself off
Yes,
the ground.
don't forget the official soundtrack.
Then
I
I
remember.
use my second action to climb on top of Sir Malefist. And then Sir Malefist gets 2 actions. 1 to move down here.
Wait. When do you start moving?
Like,
How did you free yourself?
I use 1 action to pull the dart out of me.
Yeah,
And
you have to make an athletics check. Are you good with athletics? Because if you are, you can just do it. Gotcha.
Okay.
It's a DC 10 check, which basically is the polite way of saying it only really works on people who don't do their sit-ups every morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're trained minimum.
Yeah.
Also,
and
remember
then-
the 2 guys attacking me are flat-footed till my next turn.
Eh,
Beat
well,
them up.
No. It's this guy over here.
he's flat-footed.
Yeah, but Yuk is in fact flat-footed because he got stabbed very hard. He's off balance the whole
Oh,
way
yeah.
through.
Tino and your Yuke.
So I can't do him a big hit, but I can.
Claire,
Harder.
where is your token? Why are you all the way over there?
Wait, why?
What?
Did I accidentally
How
move
did
myself?
you get over there?
I have no clue. That's what. Whoa! What the hell?
Claire, stop breaking the law of causality.
Yin power is too good for the fabric.
Bethany,
of reality.
what are you doing? You took an action to get
Uh,
up. You took an action to move.
Then I'm hitting, but I'm adding the +1 cheer bonus.
Oh, you have the +2 from the team.
Which I crit.
The +2 from the team?
You said we have +2 for the round because of the
No.
crowd.
No, it's just a +1. And secondly, somewhat more importantly, that effect has gone to... Well, oh no, wait, they can cheer for both sides, yes. So both teams get a +1 to everything. Because guess what? Both teams think this is some hot fighting. Look at all these crits flying. Arbith.
Also, I forgot. He is now clumsy 2 and enfeeble 2.
Ah, yes, because of your mighty fists.
Crushing.
What exactly lets you do this again? It's just that I...
Crushing room.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
if you land a crit with a crushing rune.
Shit sucks. The fact that it's until the end of your next turn is just the worst.
Okay,
Which-
so
What do you do, Claire?
god dang, everyone's in like a separate position.
Yeah, explode the flat-footed people.
I mean, they probably know.
Oh wait, I don't need to move. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, all right, so I'm gonna aim at. Wait, who's flat-footed?
Tino and
Uh,
the guy Bella's
Claire, they
fighting.
literally have icons.
Right, I see that. Okay. Well, actually, I'm gonna aim at.
And if you
Oh,
say,
yeah, I see
but
the
which
flat-footed.
icon, I'm going to tell you only 2 of the party members have icons to begin with.
Yeah, I'm gonna aim at Tino first,
All right, give me the goods, Claire.
and throw an acid flask at him. Sticky bomb. Wah. Wow.
Miss.
By 1.
No,
okay.
then you hit.
0 point.
No, she
No,
hits. The
Wait,
crowd.
oh,
No,
yeah, he's
you're fine.
flat-footed, right? Duh.
No, the crowd. The flat foot is already
Yeah, you have
included.
a +1, Claire.
Oh, okay, good. So take that.
You stop making up your own fanfics about how this works.
And then I'm gonna throw an Alchemist Fire Greater at him. What?
Hit.
Take that. Then I'm gonna turn around. My last action. Aim at Ju-Woon with an Acid Blast Greater.
Claire, didn't you
Last.
move?
No.
No.
Okay.
The game thought she moved.
Did that actually hit?
I would like to remind you, Claire, that you've just used 3 of your infused reagents. Keep track of that.
Well, I
Alright.
get 4 free bombs a day.
What do you mean 4 free bombs a day?
That's what it says. I can make 4 temporary bombs a day. That's one of my feat things. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'm gonna grab you real fucking close. Oh, here we go. Oh, well, I mean, you have this, which allows you to make a whole bunch of them at once.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm going to fucking kill you right now, Claire. You cannot make bombs. Here's how it works. You either make bombs and have them in your pockets and use them, or you use quick alchemy and you throw them. Like, if you use quick alchemy, you cannot throw bombs on the willy-nilly. So you have to make them ahead of time. You got that?
Oh, okay.
You got that?
I got that.
Now, here's the part that I wanted to look at, which is, I know what you're talking about. I think it's Greater Field Discovery that works like that, Bomber. No? Whatever. The way it works is you get more items if you make them ahead of time. Like, during your
Oh.
daily preparation, you can go abracadabra, abracadoo, and boom, you make multiples. You get
Okay.
1 per infused reagents. It's basically a discount deal. Alright, Bea.
Hi. I'm gonna go dinosaur time.
Roar.
Yay.
Such a...
Grr.
Become huge mungus. Oh,
Humongous.
actually, I think she can become Gargantuan.
yeah. I'll
Oh
go
my God.
Triceratops. That seems like a good time.
Okay, Spike.
Go into a space that, doesn't overlap with Arbeth.
Jesus Christ, you're huge.
This is like gone.
No, that's underselling it.
Hi.
The little floating cameras quickly adjust to the fact, because they are aware of the fact that you do this stuff from time to time, so whoop, out of the way they go.
They cut to the distant ones.
By the way, there's like a camera per person and then 2 extra for overhead and distant shots. So, people are getting the shots, baby!
I can reach Tino from here, so I'm just gonna...
25-foot reach?
Jesus.
Yeah, a little bit. A little
It's
bit
just
of
a
reach.
little bit.
Crumsh.
And... Shank.
Oh no, I'm just a little baby man.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
It's all you can do.
Can almost reach him.
Almost.
Alright, Yabin the Used. What are you gonna throw out today? Come on. You should have slow, it's the good one. How does this work? Oh, this is fucking hilarious. You know what? I think you guys had it coming.
Did we?
First to gravity in an area. Let's use that one. If this works as I think it does,
Oh no.
you guys are about to go up.
This is gonna be fun.
Doesn't everyone go up?
Kuchen, can you even fly?
No, but I can. I'm legendary in acrobatics. I can
So-
do stuff in the air.
What can you do in the air?
Jump off Bea.
Who's like more than an arm's reach away from you right now?
Yeah, but if her horns can hit Tino, I can jump off her horns.
Delightful. Alright, well, if we're going to play it that way, then we're going to play the boring basic baby action. Because
I mean,
these
I was
people
just
know
going
who you
with
are.
ideas. I want to see how this works.
Well, we got another turn. Don't worry about it. everyone on that team gets the big Pazuzu boost. Unfortunately, he can't use. He'll just have to settle on this. Does True Strike last another turn? Or next blow the next time you make an attack before the end of your turn? Wow, really? The end of your turn? Even 5 knew that you have to make it till the next turn. Well, he's got a shield around him, and also I just really can't even use that for that spell casting, even if it's magic missile, because it's not a strike technically. Kujan, your opponents are swift.
Okay, so I'm immobilized, so I gotta do an athletics thing to get this out. But I'm a master of athletics, so it shouldn't be a problem. Do I have to roll for it?
What are you
It's
trying to do
DC
again?
10, You don't have to. It's fine.
What are you trying to do?
The immobilization dart.
Yeah, that's just a. But sure, go ahead.
So I have to roll.
But it is an interact action.
Yeah, like regardless.
Yeah, which, you know.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to get around that problem because I can't walk.
Oh no, that's what it's about. That's what it's for. Well, are you doing it?
Well, I literally have no other option but to do it. So
Free cheap shots. Go, miss.
Free cheap shot time.
All right, Kuchan,
Okay,
that's
so-
one action. You got 3 left. One of which must be a
Okay.
strike or stride.
so first, daring act.
What are you daring to do?
Not daring act. I'm gonna. Which is the one I usually use. Vexing tumble.
Oh yeah, I need to pull up my thing. Who are you vexing with your tumble?
Tino.
Tino, no, you're being vexingly tumbled. How did you not see this coming? A team composition. Let's see. Tino's toughest. What is their whole deal again? Oh, that's fun. Well, reflex DC is 36, so you succeed. You are dealing with a guy who seems to know what he's doing on his swift little feet.
And then I'm going to use a hero point to give myself +4 on a finisher attack roll on him.
Swings.
Strictly speaking, I think you are flanking. Because I'm massive.
Well, the angles are kind of weird, but let's see.
I'm just going from the bottom of my square.
Yeah, that's fair. Alrighty, tighty then. Oh, Rory damage.
Oh, and this one is an bleeding critical. Bleeding finisher.
Not
so
the
that's 18
blood.
bleeding damage.
Not the blood.
I then get a free step back. And then I steal my resolve.
You took that feat?
Yep.
Well, go for it.
So
Delightful.
yeah, I'm just gonna put my numbers on.
Anyway, Bea has actually 20-foot reach. I think it's 15 feet if you have 20. The thing is, what does your reach is? What does it is?
Yeah, what does it is?
Okay, it says
What-
20
what-
feet
What is you?
and 20 feet, so that's okay. I need to know, right? I need to know how far your little hands can go. Just the little baby hands.
Mhm.
I'm
You
a
c-
triceratops.
There's a little stippy step back.
I just imagine how she says it. It's the most enthused she's ever sound.
I'm
Wait,
a dinosaur.
That means I can
Oh.
swing at him, right? Okay.
No,
I removed the
Uh,
wrong status effect.
5-foot steppy doesn't trigger reactions.
Oh, it was a step, not a move.
Yeah, the steppy.
You dummy. I know what I'm doing. Swoosh.
Whoosh.
Flying through the arena. It's actually kind of annoying now that you have to deal with it. Oof, that is... Target is pushed back and knocked prone. How good is his fist? He doesn't even have a fist attack, technically. He only has a claw. Oh, I'm being so sassy. This one is for lovely old Kuchan.
Leave Kujan alone.
Never. With another
I
binning
think
shot.
the problem is I'm not leaving them alone.
I mean, that's true too.
Oh, I mean, look at that beautiful. Why is your damage on the dart so low? Oh, it's because all your damage is elsewhere. Gotcha. Anyway, you're immobilized. Ooh. And you know what?
They want Kujan to just sit on the floor apparently.
Another dart for Bethany. Uh-oh.
Why didn't that one go for me? I would have had fun hitting it back at him.
Gosh, you know, there's 25 feet. Oh, it's because of this game. Whoops. Takatora. There's a little scoot to the side. A little scoot to the side. He still gets 2 swings. Scoot, scoot. This, that's useless. This makes 3 strikes. Ooh. Well, all right. He's gonna do the fucking anime bullshit where they attack you a bajillion times.
Oh no, he's Ichigo.
In the.
He's gonna just fuck it all up.
I mean, he's trying to attack a giant dinosaur. What do you want from him?
Yeah, I'm too big to hit.
Good job, Bea. Stay
You're
big.
welcome. I'll do my best.
Tino,
Unless someone
go!
unbigs you again.
Tino dodges, becks, and weaves through the bale legs. Wow. Impressive. Defiant. Marvelous. Actually, you know what? Let's scoot a little closer to
If he's
Arbith.
still alive next time, I'm gonna wreck his shit.
Let's scoot a little closer to Arbith. And let's use Flurry Blows. I forgot he can do that. Because, again, I don't play a lot of monks. Oh,
I
it's a...
suppose he triggers reactions.
Nope. That's specifically why he had to roll acrobatics to do that.
He misses.
Oh, he's going for Bea with that crit.
Oh, sorry. Oh, they said Arbeth.
Bonking in the butt. So it's 52 for Bea.
Ow, my butt.
Oh
Don't-
no, my extra HP.
Bethany, what are you doing? Oh, I forgot he's like on fire and everything.
I got used one to take out the dart, then another to grab
Oh,
onto.
they missed on you.
Oh right,
They missed.
Never mind.
I got hit.
then we just running in, boys. Hey, spellcaster. I'm at cold you up. I could have thought of something better on the way, but it was a short
It's
distance.
the best I had.
And also I'm using unstable redundancy, so I don't need to roll for it.
You know the crowd is watching, right?
Yeah.
No, they're recording this,
Uh,
making us
basic
look bad.
reflex.
What's the basic reflex save?
Yeah.
Not fort, reflex, thank you. Sick flips. That's what you get.
What about
It's a 5-foot
fucking-
emanation.
No, it could be 15.
Show me why. Oh, where? Please.
I gotta find it. Okay.
Is it revolutionary innovation? Or... Jesus Christ, that's
Yeah.
everything you can do.
Just cram everything in one feat. Why not?
So, Bello?
Wait, no, I don't think it's revolutionary.
I think this is a good
It's,
time for me to point out. So, a thing I've noticed about 3.5 class design is that most classes don't get too many weird, unique features that are not like specifically out there. It makes it really easy to know what someone can do because you're just human. And Pathfinder didn't get that. It's interesting to see that dynamic. I'm learning too much. I'm becoming too smart. I'm stealing the Matrix. Someone save me! I have to find this guy who keeps calling me Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
God damn it! Get out of here! Wah.
Wait.
All right, Bella. Did you find it yet?
I'm trying. So,
You know what? I'll just give you the benefit of the doubt for now. But if it turns out you
'cause
can't find it,
Can
I'll,
I
I'll,
bap you?
I'll waggle my finger at you disappointedly. Arbith.
All right. Oh, hey, look at that! Yum and the Justin G will go right next to each other. Perfect. Ah. Where's my Okay. Well, I happen to have a bottle lightning grater in my pocket, so I'm gonna take that out and chuck it.
Quick bomber, go!
It just whoosh.
Terrorism, go.
Who are you targeting, Claire?
I was the Tarjan G Wook.
All right. Well, he still takes the splash, which with the greater is 3.
Okay, cool. That was a. I'm gonna quick alchemy up a alchemist fire grater with Artoka's fire and all that, and make it be enervated. Oh, God,
Enervated.
Innervating.
that's not what it's called.
It doesn't say on the sheet, but it's on the archive notice. It's right there under Explorer.
Enfeebled 2 is what I'm going for.
Under what?
I posted it under.
Thank
KPAD.
you.
Oh,
Okay,
that
got
didn't
it.
show up in the exploit.
Yeah, it doesn't show up in the exploited thing. How funky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so he
All right.
is double on fire, and he's also enfeebled 2.
No, my muscles. Isn't it weird due to the... oh no, wait, I think Clumsy's only plus 2 range. That's why it's called a melee range. Cool.
That's all I can do, I think.
Ooh, Bea. You didn't know... You thought... You almost didn't notice. But you know, let's just a little dip in when Arbeth was doing all those moves. He's like at no hit points. You can just slap him with your toe and he'll be flat on the ground.
So, yeah,
could
I was wondering if he was gonna go down.
You could tell he was trying to make a desperation move, but...
Well, I'm gonna get cranky first.
Oh no, Cranky, sorry, Ceratops.
I'm a Dino Nuggy.
More temporary hit points.
And then I'm just gonna step on him.
Cromsh.
His AC is garbage.
I think it's pretty standard for a monk our level.
They're level 13.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So technically is... Actually, no, I think most monsters get like weird buffs in weird places. Well, that's 2 actions. You have 1 left, if I'm correct.
Disarming assault on Takatora. Takatikitu.
Despite your valiant efforts, it appears that Takatora knows the exact same move.
Wow. Isn't that fancy?
So, while you disarm him for like a brief moment, his sword goes up and he just catches it again.
No, wait. I could act before him.
No, this is like part of the move.
Oh, I wanted to go steal it. Like, out of the air.
It sounds like
I
a
don't
great
know
way
how
to
to do
cut
this.
yourself on the sword. Ya ben, le juste. Well, since he's KO, might as well do this. Abracadabra. Let's reverse some gravities over there.
Oh no.
I don't know how big it is, but I'm assuming it's big enough to capture both Bea and Arbeth, who are now... I actually have to know how tall it is. Alright, how many spells have gravity in the name? Oh, there's gravitational pull, there's gravity well, there's variable gravity, 0 gravity. Here's reverse gravity. Gosh. First gravity in an area. It's a 20-foot radius, 40-foot tall cylinder. Okay, well, you don't take fall damage when it ends, but you're all floating 40 feet up now. Oh, that's the...
Fun times. Because I'm falling more than 10 feet, I can transform into a flying thing.
I mean, yes, you're technically falling.
So I'm just gonna shift into a flying dinosaur.
Pterodon.
Gotta get rid of Triceratops first, otherwise things might get broken.
I have to untransform for it's giving you a moment.
Oh no, she's under bit.
I know that's default aerial form. It's not sized up to the correct heightened level. Give me 2 seconds. You can keep going. I'll handle this.
Well, he has one thing left, and he does have a cool thing that he can do. It's a venom spit. He'll huck a loogie. You know what, Kujan? Here's a loogie. Hucked right at you. Misses too. Kujan, go. Your friends are floating in the air.
1, making your mind mobilized. 2, I'm gonna move here. 3, vexing tumble.
Woo!
I'm gonna hero point that.
Go for it. What happens if you crit fail Vexing Tumble anyway?
I don't get a move.
Oh.
Is that successful?
DC is yeah, all succeed. Cool, gotcha.
I move here. And then I'm gonna piercing finisher through this guy.
Give him the goods. Does it have to hit both characters' ACs or only the target?
I think he only has to hit the first one. Let me double check it. Impaling finisher. Against the AC of up to 2, so the other guy can avoid it.
Wait, bludgeoning or piercing?
Yeah, I can punch through them.
Yeah, okay, it compares them. So
Ugh.
yes, only Yavin is hit.
Oh, I was hoping.
I'm utterly baffled by the fact you can use bludgeoning weapons for this.
You just like
Oh, I
swing
mean,
it
it's that
Listen,
you knock
You want to know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of the you have like a club equipped in Dark Souls and you do a backstab. You like stab him in the gut with it.
Yeah. Also, how much did I miss by?
1.
Does he want to have a hero point?
I can spam 1. Hey, now you hit.
No.
I move over here.
Delightful.
Why in front of my bombing range?
You can miss me.
True.
Also, you're upside down.
Idiot
Have fun
Claire.
throwing.
Idiot Claire. Got him. And the end.
Well, only one of those hit.
2 of them hit because you're flanked, you dummy. In addition, here you go.
Ooh,
You're
Wait,
also
one of them missed by 10.
and
I'm gonna shank him.
yes. Opportune riposte. Which, by the way, is it? Oh, it's against you, yes. Gotcha. I was wondering if maybe we could do it against other people. Oof. Jericho,
Also, I still have panache.
Zoinks. As the turns fly over, the match is called. In but 3 rounds. For you, of course. I would also like to
they call it Bertino.
They just give it to him.
No. Okay, what's this? How its assistance clear the field and magically return to original state. Lovely. Well, Tino Stuffistar, like, hauled off. You do not get a break. Because, well, if you want to, you can give a speech to the camera.
No, I'm
Who's
good.
feeling speech worthy?
I mean,
That was fun.
Kujan. Yeah, because she looks at the camera. That was really fun. I'm not gonna lie, they had us in the first half.
Except for the fact that I just like totally annihilated them in that first move.
Delightful. Then, with a sudden roar of thunder, come forth 2 creatures. I would like to point out that in the preceding few pages to this, there is a giant picture of an evil dragon. That dragon is not part of the exhibition showcase, but part of a previous event, and it gets a little confusing, I'll be honest.
Listen, they made that good art and they wanted to put it somewhere.
Look, when you get someone who can draw a good dragon, you want to show it off.
It's a minute.
James, look, I made a dragon. We don't need that though.
Okay,
But
well,
I
first,
want it.
Kujan has to resolve his little blood problem. Let's just roll through this.
Quick, Kujan, put your blood back in your body.
Wait, can't you do like a medicine check just?
So, yeah, someone has to help him out with that.
I can.
Arbeth, help me.
Arbeth, where are
I'm
you
only good at
going?
Pretending to know medicine.
Why are you going
Okay,
south?
Why is it making me move? Anyway, where's my dang thingy?
Claire,
Efficiency.
you
There it
can't
is.
perform medicine from this range.
You have to come over.
I just look at you. Okay, anyway, I roll medicine.
Just throwing band-aids across the room. Ha!
Hey, anime taught me that band-aids do solve every problem.
That's true. So roll 39.
At the end of Rage, you become fatigued, or is that just a prior edition thing?
I think it's just prior edition.
Oh, you just can't rage again. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, that means you will get your rage back by the time the next fight starts. You see two large creatures hover overhead in big cages. They look pretty gnarly because they have a lot of arms, and they look like raw muscle. They kind of look like Rob Liefeld tried to draw a creature. Look at
Right.
those chest muscles. There's so many of them. You can count them.
They have a
One.
14 pack chest.
So, Waltino's toughest is, according to the book, considered a moderate encounter. Let's see how you fare against an extreme encounter with no breaks.
Eh.
Don't forget, this is the exhibition showcase. Show your best side, boys and girls.
Can I steal my
What is that?
resolve?
That's an action. Sure, you could totally spend your stamina on that if you want to.
I do want to get my stamina back.
I will be adjusting the stamina rules for this tournament because otherwise it gets a little too bullshit for my taste. You're busy with all kinds of things. You're gonna have to sign all the autographs of people. You can't change stamina if you're too busy signing autographs. Wake up at 10 in the night. There's a fan outside. Well, God damn it! Why is he kinky?
Yeah.
Because he's really
He's
into
ready.
a lot of things.
Is this thing even
Well, he's got
sentient?
this-
He's minus
He's
the
got
int.
those chains. Is
Wait,
clearly into bondage.
I'm not even on the list.
You're at the bottom.
No, I didn't roll.
Yeah, you did. You got 28.
No, he's not in the roll
Or
list. I think he means.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
the
did-
rolling.
it
Oh,
wasn't
I
a
see
roll.
why. Because I already had. Okay, let me redo that because apparently I forgot to close the last encounter. So, give me a moment. There. I think
That
that's
time I
better.
rolled.
I think that's better. The two creatures
Alright.
drop from above as Tagada Emmy introduces these creatures as thrash spheres, I think they're called. These beautiful creatures are they're evil, they're naughty demons. They are well, are they demons? They're chaotic evil, they're fire, they have something called Tain. I know what a Tain is. What is a Tain? Never heard of that trait. Let's look them up. What are Tains? Not taints, just T and E. Tain are powerful creatures created eons ago by the eldest of the first world. All Tain treat whatever plane they are in happen to be as their home plane. So they're hobos. Nice.
Interdimensional hobos.
There's only 3 kinds of these, including the Jabberwock. So I guess these are all like high-level creatures. Alright, well, it's a lot easier to just use the stat block on the Archive of Nethys because they have everything available. Let's see. Okay, they got that, they got that. Planar acclamation, that's a cool way to call it. They're spooky, they're scary, they're big, they speak funny languages, they can see in the dark. Of course they can. They're huge. Let me show you their huge art so you can fully appreciate all those chains. The fact that they're called Trash Fire just cracks me up, though. Listen. Just fuck it. It says Trash Fire. You know it does.
But it's Thrasphere.
Get
Wait,
out of
its
here.
tail has a face.
It tells his face. I
Why?
wasn't paying attention. Listen,
It's
Claire.
a head.
Because that's why he's kinky. He's in the tail war. Oh, okay. Let me just read through his actions real fast. Writer's Bond. Well, we got no writers here, so I don't have to worry about that part. He's got that.
Yeah, that's the other game.
He's got his change, and he's got his... Oh, dear God, that is awesome. All right.
I'm scared.
Uh,
I'm scared.
Elegant Man does a big hop into the arena.
Uh-oh.
And then he's going to let out a whirling frenzy. A draw horns and 2 claws, each against a different target, which happens to be everyone he can reach. Oh, wait, no, I forgot Bethany's on top of Sir Metalfist, so they're like...
Yeah.
Actually, outside of range.
Yeah,
Okay, excuse me. Shh, don't get so angry at me. Let's see. Well, I think Bea doesn't look very appetizing to eat, but Arbeth does. So Arbith gets the bite.
Uh,
Arbith gets
no,
chomped
I've rolled
How
a
much did they hit by?
37.
by
to,
nothing. They hit by 0.
No, they don't hit.
What are you using?
Guardian's deflection.
Pretty sure that only works on crits, wasn't it?
Nope, I can do it on anything
Let's see.
as long as it's within 2.
Oh, here we go. An ally within your reach is hit by melee attack. You can see the attacker and the +2 circumstance bonus return a critical hit into a hit or a hit into a miss. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I would.
Nope,
Okay,
I
so
stab in and I actually move you
can
out
I
of the way.
can I please point out that Guardian's Deflection has the clause that this change must change the outcome, unlike Nimble Dodge on Rogues, which just says "fuck you." You have to use it before you even know if it does anything.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Anyway, yes, it misses in that case. All right. Next up, we got. I mean, I could say you don't have reactions, but you saw those things coming out of the cages. You're ready. We got a horn. We got a horn for Bea. Horns to
Scared
meet you, Bea. I'm very good at puns, thank you. And finally,
I can't help you, Bea.
a sharp claw for good old Kuchen.
The pun hurts
Oh, no.
worse than the horn.
Oh, wait. There's one more thing I need to remember. It has knockdown, but that's on the chains. Gotcha. Kinky. Oh, Bea, please get out of there.
Please, please.
I mean, good news for you. It does not, in fact, have swallow holes, so you don't have to worry about it too much.
It draws eyebrows on its head and wiggles them at you.
Eh,
That's really is
They're gonna
becoming
run
a
the train.
it really is becoming a trash fire, isn't it?
this is the most frightened I've ever been.
Look, it has chains. That's why it's kinky.
I'm a Thassaphir, but you can call me Daddy.
Its chain goes
Eh.
whoop. First at
Uh.
Kuchen.
Ah, another hit.
You're hit for a lot. You're also knocked prone, as it has improved knockdown.
Holy. What is this?
This is a creature that's 2 levels higher than you. Welcome.
Oh, wait. Why the hell were we doing like an exhibition match with some effing people, and then suddenly they're like, okay, release the. I don't. What do you call the?
This is the part where Bethany's like, "Didn't you read the pamphlet?"
I swear to God.
Bethany seems like the kind of person who would read the pamphlet first.
I swear to
be
God, I
accurate.
pulled a pamphlet out.
Oh, you know what?
See, this is why I used Steal My Resolve.
You know what? Why not?
Oh no.
It has a breath weapon. Why wouldn't it?
It's also immune to fire, so it doesn't care.
Oh, it's the tail that does it. Jesus.
The tail goes swoosh.
Oh my god, it's friggin' Zork.
Here's your damage, kids.
Oh, it has.
Look at those fiery dice. Ah, I love
Time
them.
to avoid.
I love how some of them are dark and some of them are bright.
So is it hitting everyone?
Yes, roll me
Everyone's
DC 40
in there.
deflex slave.
DC 40 deflex save.
Unfortunately, Bea's covered in flammable mud.
To be fair, I'm right in front of it.
Oh no.
Sir Metalfist and Bethany also crit fail.
Oh
What
no.
are-
Bethany gets
I'm
set on
gonna
fire, and Metalfist hates it
use a
too.
hero- I'm gonna use a hero point for that.
You can do it if you want to.
nightmare. Bethany feels every nightmare. What?
Oh yeah, I forgot that Arbith actually has the critical success thing. God dang.
Well, I didn't get it. Make it though.
Yeah.
I'm
You have
gonna
resistance to
spend-
fire 10, Arbith, so please reduce the damage to give yourself 10 stamina back.
I'm gonna
Oh, okay.
spend 2 hero points to reroll both of those reflex saves.
Go for it.
Three. Better
But yeah, you took double, because you crit failed, right?
Well, I used a hero point.
Thank you.
I forgot that I use a hero point, but that's it. And Sir Metal Fist 2.
Actually, I'm holding the ring of cold resistance. I accidentally set it to fire.
Anyway,
Also, I took fire damage, which means I can become a dragon now.
You have the
Uh,
weirdest abilities.
you
But
squirt
Malthus-
out. You have to squirt out in some direction because you can't fit in between these boys.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep calling it squirting out.
I wish you wouldn't. But
He's
I
called
guess,
Kinky. I have to.
I guess here we are.
Here we are. Oh. Don't forget to use the safety tools if I go too far. There you go.
I'm ready.
Zafir, can you do the damage for
Did you both take crits?
No,
Did you both take hits?
Bethany took a hit, like a failure, and Sir Melfis has success. because it's DC 40, right?
Sure. I think it's 629. There you go.
And then I recover 5, because I have 5 resistance.
You have 5 resistance over your weakness.
Yeah.
You're both resistant and weak to fire. You catch fire quickly, but then the ring makes it go out. Kuchen.
Okay. So I stand up.
Okay.
Get up.
Free action. I took Kip up.
Mm.
And then I reach into my bandolier. Free draw action. Because I thought of something.
What do you have on your
We're not
bandolier?
dealing with 2 of these at a time.
Then what do you have on your bandolier?
I'm casting Maze on the one to the north.
Oh, that's delightful. Let's see. The fighting fan casts maze on a creature with 30 feet. The fan automatically sustains the spell as long as you strike a creature with it each round. Okay, let's take a look, see at how this works. Again, just for my sake. Okay, you pop him
Maze
over.
has no saving throw.
Yeah, but I need to know if this creature is like a dumb bullshit ability. Like, I get to stick around.
That'd be annoying.
Mm. Okay, there's something I need to know about Maze right now. Okay. Yup. It's gone.
Another word. It's another word for corn.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's my turn because I took 3 actions.
Delightful.
I think this will
That-
help, guys.
But I think that was a pretty. You got rid of the creepy one that was like eyeing, B just a little.
Well, they is the
little
right
too subtle.
size now for it, too.
Tagada Emmy
Don't-
starts to talk about the. You might want to pay attention. We'll get to that. But yeah, you're big and dragon. You're his size.
Yeah. Time for cranky.
Oh yeah, you
I'm
can
not
crank it.
happy that I got set on fire.
Still like a smoldering stick in your hair.
If like, damn girl, your ass fat. What your pronouns?
No,
Leave me
Claire!
Leave me alone.
I'm muting Claire if she says one more thing.
Someone used that on me the other day, and I was like,
Okay.
I'm not even respond to that one.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Yep. And then gonna just fight it. Humph.
It has big
Nope.
armor class.
Yeah, that's big.
I mean, it really is
Got
like 10
few-
or 12, so. Just a poor roll.
And then I guess I'll. Yeah, I'll swing one more time. Might as well. Got a low chance to hit, but
Actually, that
Hey!
will, because flat-footed. Wait, no, it already included that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's real cool. I like that. I like that it can calculate that stuff. All right, let's see. You hit it with your big fat jaws.
chomp.
This thing is how do I put this nicely? It has damage resistance to physical attacks. 15, in fact.
Great.
Bethany.
That's resistance to what?
Physical attacks.
Yup.
Oh,
How about
that's
Cold
lame.
Iron? I know it's a demon thing.
I mean, it's got the wily spirits of a demon.
It's good because my Sovereign Steel Sword is Cold Iron, technically.
Don't forget you need to strike with your fan.
Yeah, or your fan stops working.
Yep, I know.
Which
Hey,
leads-
Tom, here. Damn.
Sir Metal Fist cannot fight a creature that is such. Let's not call it elegance. Let's just say that it's a big, strong guy, and he just toughs it out.
It's just a big guy.
He's just a silly
Big
guy.
dude.
Just a funny little guy. Tee
Arbith. Unless you have more to do, Bethany. Oh yeah, I muted Claire because I had enough of her.
I
She's
get that. I guess I could strike it.
This is a no kink zone, Claire.
it's not kink to say, dang girl, or dang that booty be bussin'. What's your pronouns?
Okay, we're gonna skip Arbith's turn because I can't.
Okay,
I don't
Claire.
want to hear her anymore.
Just shut up, Claire, and make your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna aim at this. I'm gonna take a step back because, wow, I'm gonna quick alchemy bottled lightning with enfeebled 2. Because wow, I'm gonna throw ball of lightning at it because I assume fire is not the way to go with this thing. Mother effer.
Miss.
I'm gonna hero point that.
Delightful.
You need 2 to hit.
So what?
It's +2 after you've already rolled.
Yeah.
You missed by 3.
Are you?
You could re-roll with the hero point.
I'm gonna reroll.
Do it.
Oh, I have to give myself another one because it takes away from. Or no way, I can re. How do I reroll with?
Right-click it. Yeah.
Are you?
Hey, you did one
Mhm.
better.
Mm-hmm.
The large, roaring beast seems to have no difficulty taking care of a bunch of people who really have just been fighting dudes of late. So he has quite an advantage. But if anything, the crowd seems to love the chains clattering off the ground, knocking up stone. But it is a creature, and it has -3 int, and it sees a big dragon. So what do you think it's going to do? It's going to go, oh, let's have a kaiju fight. It puts 2 of its hands on Bea, grappling, wrestling. It does succeed, I think. Grabby.
If it's fort DC, then yeah.
It gives you the old murder eyes, which, despite everything, does get you a little bit. And then, chompy chomps. Here you go.
Oof.
Kuchen, go!
Okay. So I'm going to Vexing Tumble, just because I need to not be standing here. I'd also like to get my panache back.
That is a success.
So now down over here. And well, I guess I gotta do this. No. I can use my hero point to reroll that. I need to make this hit. Also, I need to actually select the target. That's better.
Hit. Smack him.
Roll that game.
Also, that's actually, how is it against slashing damage? I know some of these are weird to that.
No.
All physical damage it
Yep.
resists.
It's just as physical.
They're like a Laura.
They are made of solid, no fucks given again.
And then I'm gonna, with my last action, I'm gonna draw my sword and put the fan in my offhand.
Oh my.
Okay, I'm done.
Bea, you are wrestling with this creature.
Well, I think the appropriate thing to do while wrestling is try to counter wrestle.
This is true.
So I'm going to use a hero point to get a boost on this attack. And add that in. It's +4, there we go. Yeah!
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no. If only.
And then,
Oh man.
some cranky.
Oh no. His fort DC is tall, but his ability to stop cheat codes is not.
Up, up, down, down.
You firmly
Actually
grasp him.
wrestling. And then, while he's right in my face, I'm going to blast him
The
with my
tricky
fire
one's not
breath.
even here.
Do you mean the fire that he already demonstrated he's immune to?
Oh yeah, he's immune to fire, never mind. Ignore that. I'm just gonna keep slashing this idiot.
Okay. We are moving about here-ish. I think that's enough range. Just double check.
What are you
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
do?
Ah,
Yeah,
just
it's huge. It can reach up to here.
okay.
It-
No, no, I'm just keeping a distance from this thing.
All right.
Wait, damn it.
Missed by 2.
Man, I always forget Metal Fist has a gun.
He is a gun.
Always be a baby. Don't ever be a
Uh,
gun.
Well, that's my turn. Actually, Bethany can also shoot. So Bethany will shoot.
Okay.
Shot bullet. Select Bethany. So I can.
I will.
Right.
I will now make another bottle lightning greater with quick alchemy. God dang in field 2.
Sure, go on.
Okay.
Miss.
Yeah, that misses too.
You know, when this fight's over, I'm going to yell at you about something very specific, but we'll get to that.
Ooh, Claire.
You still take splash damage, so please. What's the splash damage on? Oh, this is the Everdream at stock? Oh, that's Bethany. Thank you.
Yeah, that was.
Claire, can you roll me the attack on your bomb, then? Are you just
Uh,
standing around?
No, I'm trying to. 1 second. It doubled the. It's the thing where it creates multiple entries in my inventory. 1 moment.
Claire,
Okay, I fixed it.
it's... You have this! You make 2 when you make 1. Oh,
Ah. Okay. I see what I did wrong.
Tommy.
you've had this ability the whole game.
No, I mean it's okay. I'll explain. I'm just gonna roll. Oh my god! Just freaking hit!
He has
You
really high.
Do splash damage, Claire.
I know.
Which is also part of what I'm going to yell to you about.
And then I'm gonna chuck my acid flask that I have in my pocket at it. It's like here, just take. Oh wait, let's. Here, just yeah.
That actually hits.
He got one.
There, take that. You're on. You have acid on you now.
It starts to burn and roars in anger.
That one seems to work.
Man, this is why I always underplay all the encounters, because you can see what happens when your team is a bunch of clowns. Or, you know, you're fighting something that's bigger, tougher than you, and I think this is supposed to be a boss monster to begin with. Which
Yeah,
is to say that
I'm
it
pretty
gets,
sure that
Yeah.
these are like
it gets the fluttering eyelash treatment, as they say.
CR is 17 or 18.
No, I mean,
And there's 2 of them.
the 5e. 5e technically has boss monsters, it just doesn't tell you they exist. It has creatures that are designed to be tougher, like they're meant to be used for lower level. Point is, Claire, I don't know why you insist on throwing a bomb, throwing a lot of bombs for someone who's within snapping reach.
Okay, it's more than half the arena basically.
You can move like Bella did.
Oh.
So here you go, Arbith. It's roaring rage, and then, after all that, it thinks that now is the right time to go for a classic wrestling reversal. It succeeds. Ha!
Yeah,
Sees on
did it?
3.
Wait, did it? No, it didn't apply the circumstance penalty. It failed. Bethany still has it in the full Nelson on one set of its arms.
Hope the crowd is loving this.
The crowd thinks it's
Okay.
kind of hilarious.
I'm gonna drop the fan because I don't think I can keep hitting it to keep that effect up. I'll pick that up
Oh,
after
no.
the fight. I've done what I could. But I do have an ability that can weirdly enough work here. Bleeding Dance has nothing to do with size.
Certainly doesn't. It's also not what his bonkers fort save, which I'm just going to tell you, it's 45 is a DC.
For his fort.
His fort's plus 35. It's a big save.
Thankfully, this isn't fort.
Yes, it's only reflex, which in this case is 38. Go for it.
It's will.
Oh, in that case it's 37. Go for it.
Jesus.
Also, don't forget you get a +1 because the crowd loves it.
Yes, and I'm 8.
Then do your thing.
By the power of the crowd.
We both move 5 feet this way.
He's very elegant doing it, apparently.
Somehow. And I'm going to activate Dueling Dance, since I have an open hand now. 'Cause I
Do
kinda
grapples
need
break
that.
when someone... I don't know, it's when they move out of your reach, I think. Or maybe I'm thinking
Yeah.
of Iron Claw, actually.
think that's how it works?
Then Iron Claw, I think if you move, whatever. Point is, oh my god, it complained to me that apparently you've taken it too many times.
It's because I made the I accidentally put it in there because it keeps doing that.
Alrighty, tidy then. What
I'll
happens
handle
next?
that in a minute.
You haven't attacked at all. You haven't.
Yep.
You haven't used your swords yet. Are you okay?
Well, I was getting into position. I was getting ready. And now I'm going to go for perfect finisher.
Just sweep at the air and give him the good old slashy washy. Roll again, please. Oh, that is already rolled again.
Yeah, I used the fortune.
If anyone has a hero point left, I'll let you make that a crit. But I think everyone exhausted theirs.
Anybody?
Yeah, this has been a very hero point heavy situation.
I'm fresh out.
The crowd has a hero point.
Well, you can still roll me damage, Ku-chan. You said this thing was called Iron, was it?
It's sovereign steel, so it counts.
An extra 15 for you. Bear. You've got him under tight lock and keys, one might say.
And I also over here.
Yeah.
And to get someone to be restrained, you just roll the grab again.
I think you have to meet it by 10. But I'd also say that if you try to do it again, it first extends it. Because don't forget, it has a little timer on that lasts until the end of your next turn.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't think I'm frightened anymore. I can get out of here. Go away. Yeah, I think I'll just focus on using Furious Grab to try and keep them held in place.
Do it. Show me the goods. You can do it.
Yeah. It's one miss.
New record.
It's a big miss.
What about the critical fumble? But you're flat from to the end of your next turn. Oof.
Yeah, I don't think I want that. Well, if I take that, I get a hero point. But at the same time, being flat-footed is bad news bears.
It is bad news bears.
So I think I won't take that.
You have one action left if I'm correct.
Yeah, I need to make an 18 or higher for the last attack to hit. 'Cause I think that's.
I believe.
I mean, if you got Intimidate, you can always try that. I mean, oh no, you have no chance. Oof, you need to roll 20. Ooh.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. It's not. That's not.
I'm
worth
not
it.
charismatic enough.
I have zero. I have -1 charisma.
Although
don't
there
think
is a
I'm
feat that lets you
intimidated.
use strength for it, I think.
You'd think there would be.
I think there is.
Yeah, I'd have to look into that. For the
Which,
next level.
again, I think Paizo should take that feat and shove it up their ass, because that's A, not how skill checks are supposed to work, and 2, you're just doing that because everyone keeps saying that should be that way, and you're like, yeah, look at us, we're special, we do it.
Well, I mean, super strong people aren't necessarily charismatic, but they're still intimidating.
Yeah,
That's more like
Someone's
ambient
just being-
intimidation. But, Beth,
someone's just being big is
Yeah.
enough.
If I leap, can I leap through someone to get to the other side, or no?
wait, what are you trying to
Unless
do?
you can leap over them.
Like if I take the leap action, could I end up on the other side of him, like somewhere over here?
Yeah, sure. If you can leap that distance, you can make it there. Why not?
All right. Yeah. Alright. Ears thingy. Where?
Where?
So yeah, we're just gonna. Whoo. I forgot to grab.
Yeah, cha.
Me too.
Hang.
Big
Just put
jumps.
myself in the danger zone. What we're gonna do? I think that's just an action to use. Yeah, it's an interactive. So Murphys can still hit him with the punch. Ka-chow.
Not if you miss. Well, that's your turn, I think. Unless you have an
Yep.
action. Arbith.
Okay. I got these bottled lightnings. I have an extra one because, well, technically I craft 4 because of that one skill, don't I?
Why are you so insistent on the bottled lightning, Claire?
Because I can make it flat-footed and make it weaker.
You mean flat-footed, the
That's-
status effect you already technically get when you're grappled / surrounded by enemies.
Yeah, it's grappled, Claire.
Oh, okay. Then
Can you
Although
make,
looking
like-
at it, oh,
wait.
Can you maybe make something cold since it's resistant to fire?
hey Claire, did you know that
Oh.
splash damage is like a great way to exploit weaknesses? I'm gonna yell at you about it now instead of after the.
Where's my frost vials?
They're in the frost vial bucket.
This is my frost vial bucket.
Oh God, it gets even better. You know what Claire also has on her fucking list? Cold Iron Blanche.
Really?
Yes.
Oh yeah. look
Claire,
at that.
you could be making everybody who isn't me do a lot.
Thank you, Claire.
I forgot about
Could you
it.
stop
Okay,
playing
yeah.
support classes if you can't grasp your head around the fact that you have to know 5,000 things at once?
You need a deck.
Yes!
Uh,
I love those card decks. They're great.
Okay. Well, I make some cold iron blanches.
And you throw them at Bea and Sir Metalfist, I hope.
Yes.
Don't throw them at the announcer. They're just flying around.
I think you might get a yellow card if you do that.
You hit the announcer.
Whoops. I
Knock her
created
ass
my
out.
inventory. Okay, so how do I drag that into their inventories?
I think you can just click and drag it out of your inventory and onto their tokens, actually.
Okay, then there's one. And there's one for the dinosaur.
Excuse me, I'm a dragon.
She changed.
This is different this time.
I mean, we probably don't know the difference, but you do.
You still have one
This
action
one's
left after this, Claire, so.
Frostfire.
Frost.
Or move.
You have moderate frost files, by the way.
Yeah, I need to replace that recipe, but yeah, I took a frost file.
Nice
Ooh.
roll.
And see, now the gods favor you.
Punished for your insolence and rewarded for your clever thinking.
Yeah, you did 15 more damage.
It roars as it feels the sear of cold iron and the sting of cold. Gosh,
Also,
well,
given that I failed to grab it, it's not grabbed anymore.
grabbed no more. It uses its many hands. You know, technically speaking, these sheets should have a reference as to how many hands a creature has, because you need a free hand to use many abilities. I'm just pointing it out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
If you have extras, you can hold more things.
he picks up Kuchen is like restrained from this, and
Yeah,
Arvith,
that's
Ah,
and then he holds you up to his face as he gives you a mighty rar. Rar. It's safe to
I'm
say.
spooked.
It's safe to say you're terrified, or frightened too. One might say. At the end of the turn, the spell's not sustained, so he goes back into existence. Kuchen, you are clenched tightly by a hand, a vice-like grip.
Have to reapply Dueling Dance because for some reason that's not permanent.
If you think you're a hero, the athletics DC is 44. But you can't do much else like this anyway, unless you have a teleport out. Or something else you think is fancy.
Do I have something else I think would be fancy?
I don't know. I'm not your character.
I'm looking at my stuff to see.
I'm gonna do your goddamn homework for you.
I didn't ask you to.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Then what's this? I hope a note is written in crayon since it's actually Claire's note.
That's not mine.
being framed.
Of course, Claire's note would have like a little picture shark bit at the bottom though.
I mean, it would. Serpent's great. I like that thing. I like that thingy.
Why are you calling her a thing? That's mean.
A thingy.
Wah. Well, don't worry. The trash fire is on the way. Check his watch.
I'm checking what abilities I have that might be useful real quick. There are a lot of skills. Could have sworn I had something that would have helped with this. Like, specifically this situation.
It does seem like something a swashbuckler would have, yes. Them swashbuckly boys.
Look at that Yoshi.
Show. Man, oh, criminal that I don't have access to that one.
That's Bea whenever she's a dinosaur.
Almost exactly.
By the way, there is like, before you ask, there is definitely a part of the audience who is excited to watch Kuchen get his ass kicked. Because as you know, there's always those people who are like, he wins too much, and they cross their arms and they get all grumpy, and they wear their I don't like Kuchen t-shirts. And it's like,
So I can't, like, stab the arm, right?
you know what? Go for it. I mean, he doesn't like cold iron, so I guess that would definitely help. I mean,
I
technically,
wish I had a hero point.
technically
but
you can't use attacks, but it's like a stabby sword. You can just kind of slide it in there.
can I use my finisher?
If you have panache, you can use your finisher, I think.
Woo.
Anytime you can use an attack. I'm pretty
Perfect.
Sure.
Finisher.
Oh no, you're using the stabby one. Give me the damage. That beats the DC, and actually, I think doesn't beat. Yeah, oh, because of the benefit, it doesn't in fact beat the DC by so much that you're sprung free. You land on your feet.
Yep. Cats fall.
Yep, yippee.
What do you do, Kuchen? What do you do, Kuchen?
So I have 2 actions left. I can't attack.
You can attack.
No, I can't.
Why not?
I use the
Use
finisher.
your finisher.
Oh yeah, finishes the spell. I keep thinking, no, it's flourish. It's fine. No.
Okay, I'm going to drink another potion of quickness, because I could use that. So I am quickened. And then I can steal my resolve once again.
Hey, if you're gonna keep dragging its higher, you might as well. There's something I'm gonna look up for you, which is something. Bea, it has so many hands. It's hard to keep track of them. But one of the hands grabs for the hand the Kuchen was in like a minute ago.
Sorry, you're on your own, Beth. Arbeth.
Baby Brow's probably yelling at Arbeth. You know, I wouldn't have gotten stuck like this. You know, on Baby Brow's.
You know, if you had baby brows, you might be safe.
You know, I just get the feeling, Arbeth, you're just not trying some days. You know, I would be great as a McDonald's employee. He just sits in the. Oh God, he would sit there with tails. Oh,
Just cries.
Sorry, as
okay.
far as we've seen, these guys only ranged attackers at 5 reps, right?
Before we get down to this, there's one more thing I want to point out. You might want to consider getting the Quicksilver Mutagen, as Kuchen, because it also gives you benefits to dexterity-based athletics attacks and your acrobatics checks, which you use a lot. So
I will probably ask Arbeth about that after this fight.
it also gives you a speed bonus. So all right,
Yeah, you can ask Arbeth.
it doesn't have
about
a
that.
range attack. It looks like other than its 50 feet fire breath, it can attack at most 10 feet, maybe 15 feet with those chains.
Alright. I have an idea. I'm gonna delay my turn until after Bethany and try to gesture them to get on my back.
You know what's funny is that those other guys are gonna go into the fight like next time, and they're just gonna use reverse gravity and shoot those guys in the air the whole time. They're gonna have a good laugh about it.
Yeah.
Dicks.
The Tarrasque
See-
strategy.
If only we knew about magic.
Jurassic strategy: sit in the hole that's too small for the attacker has to attack through.
Yeah, and just keep throwing things at their feet. Easy.
All right, what are you doing?
I'm delaying until after Bethany and kind of gesturing for them to get onto my back.
Bethany, they want to take you for a ride, as they say.
Alright.
Wait, now that's in my head. Thanks, Safi.
Like Bethany and Malthus or just Bethany?
They
I
can
mean,
fit both.
Yeah, I'm big enough for both.
Alright.
Oh no,
Well,
you're riding a rider that's riding a rider.
Well, since
You're
I
the
can,
turducken of dragon riding.
since I could probably do this and jump on Bear's back, I'm ahead and explode.
Cool. We'll say that Biz is out of the way for that, and then we'll mount. All right.
Yeah, it could be a 10-foot
Gets
radius.
gets
or
on
5 foot.
Dinosaur's back, Dinosaur friend's back, T poses and
Dragon.
explodes. Yeah,
I'm a
sorry,
dragon. I
dragon.
do that tongue thing.
I'm on the
Well, they
way.
succeed, but good news. Weaknesses happen after.
Hmm.
They both. Oh, whoops! That's a little too much.
Jesus Christ!
He just fucking
They're
dead.
very weak.
That's what I call a weakness. The one that's
Also,
next to Kuchen is actually starting to beef it.
let's see what I do.
Hey!
Do my things more.
See, the gods like cold attacks. Alright, Bea, you have 2 people on your back. Well, 1 person and a robot. Well, 1 doll and a robot. It's like you're helping someone move.
They're the piano.
I don't suppose I can grab Arbeth out of his reach if I get over there.
You can. I allow that kind of stuff.
Well, first, moving over,
Nyum.
grab Arbeth.
The DC's 44, don't forget.
Give it a go. Hey!
Arbeth pops free.
Yeah. Arbeth, you're saved.
And then I'm gonna fly 60 feet straight up.
Uh,
Okay.
See ya!
Kujal just like, see ya?
Arbeth.
I can't grab all of you.
They're all small, so. Arbeth, you have been freed. What do you do?
I have.
You are
now-
literally a bombing airplane now.
That's the plan.
Oh, wait, you took Arbeth with you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm grabbing on. they're in my
Okie
hand.
dokie.
No, I got ditched.
Hey, Kuchen. Kuchen. I got a question for you. How fast can you move?
Very.
Well, then fucking use those feet.
Oh, I kind of had a plan. I have a really
Give him
stupid
the
plan.
runaround.
Arbeth, you're bombing. You have. You actually have enough
Right.
range that it's a lot easier.
Enfeebled 2, Frost Vial Moderate, which I do need to upgrade my Frost Vials.
I mean, bombs you could probably just drop.
Could I just drop them?
I mean, you have the high ground, as they say, Anakin.
Right, so I just start chucking. Since it's gonna make so many at once. Wow.
I would like to warn you that carpet bombing comes at some accuracy problems, but you can give one more bomb a go. Maybe aim at the other guy. I don't know. Bea watches like a whole bunch of bombs get shoved past their head.
Yeah, one more. I guess -10. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't even.
I mean, the splash is enough to do some damage, Claire.
Yeah.
That's the important bit.
It
I like
rears.
hitting with
I
the
might be able to finish
bomb.
this one.
It rears its head back, and spits a gout of flame going after Bea.
Good thing I'm 60 feet in the air.
It
Wait.
probably like hits the tip of your tail.
Can I do an attack of opportunity on that? Because
No, you don't, because this is just a thing it can do. It doesn't have any traits associated
Okay.
with it.
I just want to know if
yeah.
it was.
You do get one on the fact that it tries to like jump after them.
Oh, so I can do that after. Okay.
You watch its foot go over it and you poke it in the soul.
Damn.
Take it.
Oh, I take it.
Take it. It's jumping through the air. Where's it gonna dodge to?
Let's
Although-
go, Iron.
Just pull your sword out before it lands. Your sword just gets snapped. Oh god, I forgot. It's also affected by the acid bath. All right. Well, this big guy has you all to himself
Hi, new
for like a
friend.
second before the other guy lands.
Hey, we don't know I sent you to that maze. Oh god, he does.
Oh, but you're like the only person he can really reach at this point, so whoopsh for you. Also, you're knocked down because improved knockdown,
It doesn't really matter.
and then
Sure
he's gonna snap you in half. Oof.
be nice if improved knockdown was that good on player characters.
That, by the way, is not damage. That was a crit because you are flat-footed. on the ground.
Oh wait, I forgot to re-add the health, so I'm actually not quite down.
Don't forget the fire resistance.
Yeah, you have 31
Yes.
more health.
So yeah, I'm at. Oh, and there was fire damage in that.
Yeah, the bite's fire damage.
Yeah,
So
the
I'm at
3d6 fire.
38.
Well, 13 in total. So yes. Kujen. The Kujen haters are like, boo, boo.
Okay,
I
so I
linked
keep
a
up.
relevant
Everyone else
conclusion.
thinks it's kind of awesome that this tiny little boy is standing between two giants. David versus Goliath 2, The Twin Wars.
So yeah, I keep up.
Oh wait, sorry, I forgot. You keep up?
Yep, which is free.
Yep.
Hmm.
What's that for?
I'm gonna try to vexing tumble my way over here.
Failure. DC's 38.
I'm gonna try it again.
You sure you want to stay this close to these guys?
I want to finish this one.
Okay, it's a success. Go ahead.
Alright.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go perfect finisher on this one.
Yeah, might actually. Well, actually, I think if you hit him, the weakness will cover up any weaknesses you have. So go for it. No MAP. Don't forget that. Those were just rolls, not actual attacks. Hit. Watch Kuchen roll like such hot garbage. Blech. It explodes into a big fat fart cloud.
Which lets me keep my panache.
It smells awful. It smells
then-
like Tailvor.
I still have one more move.
Oh, yeah, because you're
I'm
quick and I
quickened.
forgot. What did
I have to reestablish dueling parry in a second.
How about you move first? Take your turn, then do the wash up.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
And I don't think you're gonna like how fast these things can move.
Yeah, but you know what they're not gonna like? For some reason.
Why is it saying 40 feet, 50 feet? I don't get it.
I don't know. Oh, it's because it counted my brief step that I get for free as a movement.
Fair enough. Go for it. You're vexing tumble. Yeah, gotcha.
So I'm over here.
I would like to point out that you technically have 4 feet of movement because you move in a straight line. Idiot.
I'm over here.
The 2 diagonals cost you extra. Bethany, you're flying in the air. They're probably
Right.
going to adjust the rules to account for this in the future, but for now, enjoy the cheese of playing Dungeons & Dragons. I expect to be called by Paizo at any moment who tell me that this is bullshit. I need to stop having spellcasters have this much fun, but we'll get to that.
Also, I need to do my cleanup.
To drop a
I-
big ice bomb on his head, I see.
That's what I got.
That's what we
it's-
want.
It's
So-
not big damage, but
So here?
Yeah.
Is the cold damage automatic?
I think so.
Oh god, that's just an automatic 20 damage, huh?
Not much, but it's honest work.
It's difficult terrain, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kujen might just have a chance. What else do you do?
Well,
Oh.
we're out of range of shooting. So.
Okay, Bethany, let me put my arm over your shoulder, as it were. You can shoot your weapon up to 6 range increments. You just take a -2 on everyone after.
All right.
You
well,
technically haven't
then-
attacked yet because you just used the gadget, so
Oh yeah. All right then. Whatever penalty is for second range. Admit that.
what the hell is this
That-
picture?
Pew.
Aw. Kuchen all sad. Aw, sad Kuchen. God, I love how stupid her glowing armor is. It breaks the scene so hard.
Excuse me.
Kuchen watches as they are left to die. Circling rush. Bear, you're high up in the sky. I don't know how much longer you get to stay at. Oh, 6 more rounds. Okay, good.
Yeah, I got time.
Da-da-da-da.
Do you have healing magic?
I can't cast magic like this.
Too big. My hands are too big, too clumsy for these spells.
I can, however, use one action to fly over, one action to grab Kujan, and then one action to fly back up to where I was.
Yeah.
I've got something really stupid I'm gonna try on my turn.
Arbeth, go.
All right. I see this thing. We're gonna cold it up some more. Or try to. Gonna keep giving it enfeebled too because I don't like it. Oh yeah, and but first, I craft one of these babies. And like huck it expertly at Kuja.
I'm like 2 feet from you.
Oh,
I got,
Arbeth reveals their arm back. He's like, just give it to me.
I
Yeah,
got the
we're all
glass.
on We're on the Bayer Express right now.
okay.
Don't
Did
worry, I'm
I,
not gonna be here for long.
did I hand it to you?
Probably.
Okay,
Once I
better
can
have.
use it.
Okay,
Yeah, it's there. I'll use it at the beginning of my turn. Then I'll do my stupid plan.
Arbeth, go.
yes. Now I use the Frost Vials. Aim and but chuck it, boy. What,
All
these
we
rolls.
need is the splash, though.
No,
Yeah,
that's
just-
not. That's not. Only on misses, not critical misses.
Yeah. Critical miss is way off.
Well, the second one hit.
Okay.
Or
How about we say that
splash.
the encounter's over because you've done the ancient trick of Paizo.
Wait, I want to do my stupid thing.
There is one thing though. These things can technically teleport, but I don't want to think about teleporting things on top of people.
So I
Actually,
have a stupid move.
I kind of
That's
want to do
great.
that. That does sound cool, and it would also fuck you.
The teleporting elbow drop from the sky.
It is anti-cheese, so like.
Do you want to do it?
Well, I want to do my thing if I can
Okay.
survive that long.
Then we're gonna get back into initiative. Close enough.
Hey, it's basically the same.
Arbeth's turn was the last one, so he gets to go now.
Then I should be after it. Cause
He vanishes from view. You only get this once a day? Or does he just get it? Because this thing... Yep. He only gets this once. So if he doesn't fuck you up now... Whoa, 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 whoop. Oh wait, this is
Messed
3
up.
actions, so he kind of lands on top of Bea. Oh wait,
And every-
wait, no, this doesn't work. This thing takes 10 minutes to cast? What? Okay.
Wait, what's the point of that then?
Oh wait,
ISO.
no, there is one thing he can use. A spell that no one ever talks about because you could fly at the same level. He starts walking up the air towards you.
Yeah, Alora has that.
I think Kuchen was before everyone else. And then,
yeah, I was
okay.
first.
Get on, shush, shush, shush. We're gonna move Bea down a bit to 30.
And Sir Malphus, you don't need to be there.
Yeah. He's so excited to get fighting. All right, Kujen. What did you
So
want to do?
first, I'm chugging this. That one
Fair.
that I was given by Arbeth.
Glop. Don't forget to push the heal button, not the damage button.
And then,
Don't smash it on
here's
your
my
face.
amazing plan.
Also, technically, Elixir of Life comes with a small buff.
I'm gonna jump.
Bea, you're not a good airline if your passengers jump off.
I'm gonna jump up.
Oh.
I don't think that's my problem.
Bea, someone uses their blast boots and shoots like a hole in their stomach.
Ow!
It's not.
Good thing
It's
I'm-
not
I jump onto Sir Metalfist. I use him as an alley-oop.
okay, well, you're now like 150 feet in the air. You can probably see over the top of the arena at this point.
I take a moment. I enjoy the height. And then I fall.
Good job. Now hold R until you
Towards
feel the
it.
click. All right.
I'm gonna do perfect finisher while falling at it.
Well, I'll call that a daring act and something that's worth a hero point at the very least. You fucking idiot. Da-da-da.
I wish I could get a critical out of that.
Well, you can use a hero point to roll it again if you want to.
Okay. Let's go. I have to do it probably because it's the full move.
I think it's a perfect finisher. Oh, man.
Aw.
Oh,
sad.
man. Oh, give me the damage. Well, it's not bad. Let's see. Extra 15 from that. Then we add the height. Then you take the height, which I think
No,
is...
I don't.
Why not?
Cats fall. I'm legendary acrobatics. I
Okie
do not
dokie.
take fall damage.
All right. Like, I don't even want to think about how that works on your arm, considering you stab it. I doubt you can pull it back before. Oh, it's a mess. But what
Well,
a
it's
twist!
John, so it has a cutting edge.
You also find out that you are probably about 10 seconds away from this thing tearing you to pieces because it's very angry at what you just pulled on it.
And then I land, and I move over here.
You do fancy things to me.
Bethany, get a good look at Kujin because that was probably the last time you saw him.
Probably.
He jumped off a plane like an idiot.
Have
I like to
another
imagine
one.
you did like the little salute thing before jumping.
Love that this stupid coal bomb works so well.
And we're gonna shoot. Shot bullet.
Is that a doll? She's got a gun! Blam,
Blam,
blam.
blam, blam.
Every hit's a critical miss.
Bea. It's
Basically,
really hard to shoot a gun when you're on someone's back, you know?
I like to imagine what I just did made Bea look 1% emotive.
Just a slight eyebrow movement.
At OSHA
Yeah.
violations, gotcha.
And the honest sounds like, oh shit, Kuja just pulled a Popley.
I mean, I can move faster than it. I can just kind of
No, it's coming
move
from
down,
me.
grab Kujan again, and fly all the way back up.
Oh, man. Well, this is what you get when you don't take attack of opportunity.
Yeah, people just dance around you.
Arbith.
So
I'm
Kuja.
gonna get out of the way a bit.
I'm Arbeth.
You're right,
Ah.
man.
What a spectacular show it's been so far, at the very least. Dragon
Yeah, the-
acrobatics.
The anti-Kujon people just don't know what the hell's going on.
No. That's cheating.
You're gonna write some angry forum posts after this.
Well, we'll get to that. Arbith, what do you do?
Okay. I lick this thing. And... Wait, can I reach it from here? Yes. Wait.
I mean, strictly speaking, it's like we'd have to do some Pythagoras to figure out the exact distance.
I don't care. You have, like, super aim, right?
Or just
Yeah, I
say
got
like
super.
40-ish.
I just throw.
Range
I got-
increment increases to 60 feet, so it's one range increment.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you'd easily
I'm
be
good.
able to hit.
I'm gonna...
Do it!
Alright. Just... One of these hit, please!
It's still a miss. Claire, that's 23 damage on a miss.
Still
I want to
whittling
hit...
them down.
Yeah, but if I hit it with the bomb, it'll be really sexy. Yep, okay. We ain't rolling high today, huh?
So it has a movement speed of 40 feet. And that means it can go 20 feet forward and 20 feet up every once in a while. So with just 2 movement actions, it's on your level. And it's
Oh.
going to do the dick move. It hurls itself towards Bea to grab you and dive bomb you into the ground.
Oh my god!
Of fucking course.
And it in natural 20s.
I'm not even mad.
This is cool.
It jumps up, grabs you from below, pinning your wings to your side, and suddenly you feel gravity kick back in again. Oh, marvelous. I'm gonna go with its falling damage. Well, let's say it's claw damage, whichever is higher. The falling damage is 30, so okay, cool. Everyone here takes 30 feet, including it.
I don't.
Kujin doesn't. He bails at the end.
No, I did that thing where the elevator hits the ground. I jumped at the exact right moment, so it didn't hurt me.
Ugh. Kuchen.
Okay.
It's trying to pop Bea's head off with its big muscular forearms.
Let me go and read the difference on one of my moves.
The media men make the difference.
What's its reflex DC again?
Like 38-ish.
That's not what I wanted. Dang it. 10
Okay,
out of
I'm
12.
daring acting.
Success.
This makes it flat-footed against me.
What's your daring act?
I jump on Bea, kick off of it, and land behind it.
I didn't know Bea was on it.
No,
What do you
it
mean?
being the
Oh.
thing
Right.
squeezing Bea.
Sentence clarity, please. All right, while you're behind it.
There was a comma implicit in that sentence.
Sure. We'll put that on the record.
I'm gonna go for perfect finisher because it's the best option I have to hurt this thing. Also, it's flat-footed.
Gosh. I want to take Sharpie for a ride.
What was that?
I want to take Sharpie for a ride. She probably appreciate the wind in her fur.
Sadly, not a critical. Again.
Grease flying everywhere. Yeah, you've been surprisingly lacking criticals against this big boy. Well, he's almost down and out for the count.
And I'm over here.
Also, the people who weren't on top of him are like prone now because they fell on the fucking ground.
Well, they get to hopefully finish it.
Bethany, what do you do?
Alright. Am I prone on top of Metal Fist or am I on the ground?
Don't worry about it.
Alright, well, Metal Fist is gonna stand up and, I guess he has to move closer. Brings Bethany closer. And that means he only gets one action. Oh wait, Bethany, uses an action to put the cold iron thing. Blanche.
I imagined you already took the time to do that, so.
Uh-uh.
Since you were on that thing the whole time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean
Yeah.
Bea.
Mean.
But you were the
Everyone means of
wagon.
me.
It's confusing.
Sorry, Metal Fist is just gonna do a normal punch.
Let's
Ugh.
take a look. That would be a hit, since I guess with everything going on, probably got flanking in some way.
Mm.
Sir Metal Fist
Confusing with big bodies.
does a cold iron punch. A knockout blow. Saving
Yay.
Bethany from a fate worse than death. Since it's kinky, it'd be very awkward for everyone involved.
Oh no, don't punch me. Oh.
No, stop! No! Encounter's over. Everyone goes home. You wait around for a bit afterwards. There's a roaring applause. When you leave, a bunch of people are trying to sneak into your room to get some autographs because that fight was kicking. The bee's knees.
The bees.
Some people who walk up to Bea don't want their autograph. They want, like, hey, can you turn to a dragon, like, put your paw print on this instead? And they have, like, a very big, like, meter by meter square of paper for it, too. Hey, you're huge. They need a big sheet of paper for that one.
Yeah.
Now, I think the best way to end this is to end it with the actual bidding war. I'll just tell you what you can pick, and then you can pick it in between. Take some time.
Fair
By the
enough.
way, here's Kujan at the end of all this.
As mentioned, probably, yeah, I mean, there's like clerics and guys on site, so it's like they brush and polish you up to a mere sheen shortly afterwards.
I don't think it stops the exhaustion from being nearly bitten half twice.
They get out one of those what are they, those wheels with the fluff on them that spin around very fast to buff things out?
A buffing pad.
Yeah.
The car wash. Car wash for adventurers.
It is after this that you are sent to the bidding war, which are held in. I imagine there's a building. There's a little adjacent building to this where administrative things happen, or fancy people get to sit, or heck, maybe there's like a cool sitting arrangement for it. You know, Every single goddamn American sports arena nowadays has a fucking swimming pool in it. What is wrong with your country, Zyla? Why do your sports team threaten to leave unless they get a swimming pool in their stadiums?
Look,
Or an
I don't
aquarium.
fucking know. Why do you think I'm never here if I can help it?
Anyway, you are now forced to sign a waiver if you want to participate in the tournament. You're sitting in like a small, very tight room with all the other teams. You're forced to sign papers. One of the things that catches your eyes is that a bunch of spells and techniques are kind of prohibited. You have to you have to be sporting. As long as you're fighting in a sporting fashion, it's fine. Because this is ultimately
So what do they define as sporting?
listen. Anyone can cast fly on themselves and hover over the melee character and just blow raspberries at him. But that's not what this is about.
They wrote this explicitly because of that last fight.
They were furiously rewriting the waivers.
You also can't disband. You also can't send people away. I mean, you can incapacitate them with the whole person. You can't just make someone go away. You have to leave them somewhere where people can help them. Keep it sporting, you know. Put up those little fists, punch it in the air, so
They
stuff like that.
also wrote that for the last fight.
Yeah. Well, also partially after what happened with Kujan and Big Red Lady, who was in the audience, by the way. You might have
I
noticed.
actually enjoyed the show.
She probably did. She probably was very glad to see that someone else pulled that shit on someone. Kujan, no less.
Yeah, that's why I did it. I imagine that the reason Kujin was willing to do it was he was wanting to after it happened to him.
There are after you sign the waiver, which again, all the rules apply. You have to listen. You have to listen to the big boys in charge. No breaking the rules. Oh, new lady, you have to see. You shake some hands with the people in charge. Oh yes, all right.
Yeah.
You are now lined up. Your teams and teams. It's a little tight, but it works. There's like a little stand so that one team of 4 stands in front, and then the other 4 teams stand in the back. Elevated slightly. All the patrons are here. All right. Well, first we got Lady Shu Shamai, who wants to ask you, what will you do if you win the tournament? All the teams give their little answers. As we all know, Tino's toughest are just like, yeah. We just wanna prove ourselves, you know. We're here with friends. Winter's Roar's like, we'll get a magic item and get what we want, our kingdom of our own by killing a Lenorm. The speakers to the sun are a bit more cryptic about it. No. The speakers to the winds are like, oh, I had to prove the superiority of Magambia.
Wakanda.
No!
IR expansion.
The Lightkeepers say that they wish to recover something to free a friend. There's also the...
Thanks.
I think the Biting Roses... The Biting Roses are like... They're just like, money!
Money.
We want to collect charity money. It's for a good cause. Wink. The Arms of Balance server are just like... They just start flexing. What do you say? What do you do if you win?
I'll uncover the secrets of reincarnation and free myself from the eternal torment that is not being allowed to ascend.
How selfish.
I'll save my home.
I want to build a home.
Maybe what you need is a time machine.
I just need the lens.
I mean, everyone could use a time machine to some extent.
Arbeth, what you want to read your ferret? Was it your yeen?
I need to want to read my ferret.
Sharkbait. What do you write? It's written in ferretese.
But yes.
As this goes along, Shuk Dakwana, who I think is the one that's going to sponsor the Lightkeepers. Hot News. It's under Hot News, you idiot. That's where you keep those characters. No, it's someone else. Who is this lady? Who is this? How did I... Who is Shuk Takna? This is the first time I've seen her name, and I've read this book all right. Oh, she shows up twice. Oh no, wait, that's one of the... God damn, this is the fucking lady of the...
The lady
Oh,
with
she
the
speaks
cup.
for the Lightkeepers. I thought she spoke to the Lightkeepers. Excuse me. Idiot me.
Oh.
She appends to their statement that after we complete our mission, our names will be spoken of in legend for centuries to come, and you'll take our own piece of history as our prize. Everyone else is like, aww. And Lord Buken Tagora, who is the one that's sponsoring them, if I'm correct. I hope I am. Otherwise, I'm a big idiot. Yep, there we go. And for your reputation, I hope you will. And Tino's all like, yeah, we're gonna win. Look at those losers.
Yeah.
Look at how well we
winning.
did in the contest. We did better than we thought. All right. The bidding war starts proper. As everyone is, they start like, whoosh, whoosh, zap, 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 zap. And then they whoosh. Um, I love how it says, for sake of simplicity, don't actually do a bidding war. It's just very complicated. Not to mention, it's just a GM bidding against himself, which is goofy. Listen, I can buy a paddle and I can vote against myself. I don't think anyone here wants that.
Mm.
All right. As mentioned, there are quite a few patrons, 3 of which almost immediately are... Tino's toughest gets Red Dragon Casino because she's like, oh man, look at these guys. They're such underdogs, and they did so well against the monsters, whereas the Dampa Scams, they struggled a lot more, so I think I like their odds. Lord Buchan is like, I love how one of them likes poison. Lightkeepers. Lady Nelsari is like, the arms are balanced because I'm a patriot. Also merchandise. All right, now I gotta pull up the actual section. I'll tell you what you get. Also, at the end of this, you also level up. Don't forget that part. You also get to level up once I'm done telling you what's up. Don't do it now.
Wow.
I will get mad. I will get very angry.
But now
I'm
I'm
already-
excited.
I'm also
Don't
already
get-
full of shit because of Claire, so don't tempt me.
Look what you did, Claire.
You are definitely not getting a good offer from Malaika Tao, who mostly... I mean, she kind of liked the spells you did, but, you know, your complete inability to use spells... Tino's did way better with, like, the support spell stuff, she feels. So,
Fair enough.
she gives you the one influence bid, which, by the end of it all, she ends at 5,000 gold pieces, a robe of the Archmage, a greater shock rune, a stone bullet, an 8th level scroll of any common spell, and a magnificent mansion for each day. A significant improvement of her accommodations for as long as you're there, which is not great because the other guys offer way more. General Kazuhida is almost there. He kind of liked how he did last time. He didn't like Kujen showing off, but he liked your tactical acumen against the bigger guy. Under pressure, it seems you are capable of great thinking. But you're not at level 4 yet, so you just get the basic bid, which is 5,000 gold pieces, an anti-magic rune, a high-grade silver shield or buckler, and an instant fortress. He also offers an entourage of 4 highly skilled mercenaries, who are mostly there to protect you from town threats and don't come with a stat block, so... We have...
Well, non-stated entourage, sign me up.
We're also going to do a Lady Shai. So Hida almost generally is going to go for the Winter's Roar. Malaika is going to go for Speakers to the Winds, because although you're not taking their offers, are you? We have Shai. She ends up kind of liking you. Really liked how flashy you were being at the end there. So you're going to get the 4th level offer as well. The offer is 9,000 gold pieces, a greater flaming rune, a necklace of fireballs type 6, a greater Bravo's brew, and a major elixir of life. She also offers you unfeathered lifetime access to her personal costume wardrobe. And the DC to rally the crowd is reduced as a result of this. Which is funny because...
Got cool hats.
she also offers a moonstone, crystal ball, 4 potions of flying, and a scroll of uncontrollable dance. All right.
I like her.
Let's get to the ones who are actually going to make offers that are worth considering. Well, from my perspective, maybe you think differently. I'm going to do the ones that I wrote down. Where are they? Midweebs. There you go. I literally call it the sheet Midweebs. Because that's what they
I don't
are.
believe we did the
First, we've
weaves.
got Big G and Collywood. Their offer is not that exciting, but it's there nonetheless. I think at the end they really liked how you showed off the strength of dragons there. So they're also going to do something called overbidding. Basically, when you have multiple people who bid the maximum offer, they're going to like, okay, I'm going to go one step further.
Sweeten the pot.
Big G offers 10,000 gold pieces. Don't forget, this is like 3 tiers of offers. 4 disintegration shots, 4 meteor shots, a +3 armor potency rune, a +3 weapon potency rune, and a +3 major striking rune. Or sorry, it's a major striking rune. Sorry, I got that one wrong. So basically, it offers you some cool bullets and some cool upgrades, and 10,000 money.
I do have a gun.
Lady Mila at the end. What's she gonna give you? Oh, here we go. Her offer is actually quite interesting. She offers 2,000 gold pieces, greater burning daredevil boots. Here we go. Belt of sickening regeneration, a level 9 scroll of choice, and a 25% discount on all wares purchased during the tournament. A necklace of frighteningly fierce fireballs. And that's what she offers.
Oh.
Something in a coat. It's like, oh man, I get to make an offer. And they stand up and they clap their hands and like, ooh. 10,000 gold pieces, a scroll of reverse gravity, and a scroll of volcanic eruption. A 10th level scroll of power word kill, which the second he brings that up, everyone's like, okay, that's no, not during the tournament. Not during the
That one's
tournament.
banned.
Yeah, Kujan doesn't even know magic. He's like, that one.
He also offers you a 9th level monstrosity form wand. He also, as his level 8th reward, is something... He puts this thing on the table, and it looks like a bomb, Arbeth will tell you.
Yes.
He says this bomb rents space-time. It's great.
Uh-oh.
All right.
And then because he's feeling fancy, he also offers you a scroll of probable reality, which is kind of like what the Black Cat can do in the comics. You can probability goes more their way. Finally, we have the people that are actually in the book, which is Lady Chushai and Lord Alderon. Lord Alderon offers you, oh dear God, 16,000 gold pieces, a greater
Jesus.
corrosive rune, a wand of continuation of 6 level blink, 6 greater potions of resistance, your choice of what element. You can also pull some strings and give you a 25% discount on all alchemical items you purchase. He also offers a major slick rune, a true side potion, and a dose of nightmare vapor. Finally, 5 greater mutagens, and the players can choose any common magical items with the word okay, just make that bombs because Glenn never uses mutagens. 5 major comical mutagens. No, just 5 major. My brain explodes. For any common alchemical item. If chosen as a sponsor, he also grants them his personal alchemical services, which helps replenish all of your hit points, your stamina, everything, and also helps you remove doom, drained, and fatigued. Just like that. Finally, Lady Choshai. Oof. So many. Lady Cho Maishai offers you no less than 14,000 gold pieces, a high-grade silver buckler or shield, and a wondrous figure of an obsidian steed. Then, she also offers to arrange a 1-hour private audience with anyone in Goka, whoever you want, be it Haochin or even the Empress. She also offers a +3 weapon potency rune and a scroll of any common 9th level spell. At the final level, she also offers a headband of inspired wisdom and the offer for duration of the tournament and 1 month afterwards. You gain the services of 1 Frost Drake mercenary per character, so you basically get free mounts.
Oh,
Ooh.
Flying mounts, no less. Oh, nice. All right,
We have one.
Hey.
True.
that's all the offers you get.
Yeah, that was,
that was a
That's
lot of offer.
There's a lot of like. Oh yeah, that was a lot
Imagine,
of things.
imagine if I did that as an actual auction scene where these characters go off against each other. I'd be exhausted.
Yeah, that would
I
be
would
like,
fall over at the end, and then we'd
Oh,
have
wait,
to end the
wait,
session
I
'cause I'm
forgot.
unconscious.
I forgot. Lady Lord Alderon also offers major alchemical goggles because he's overbidding, and Lady Chumashai also offers a choice of the mercurial mantle or the anklets of alacrity.
ooh.
What did those do?
Oh, and Mila Headstone also buffs up her offer with the greater cloak of the blind bat.
It's too much.
There's a lot of offer, yes. I will copy and paste it. You can make your decision in the meantime. And oh,
I started
Mila also
trying-
adds a mystery box on top because I promised that they would offer you something random.
Ooh.
I mean, that's 20,000 gold, but the mystery box could be anything. It could be 20,000 gold.
I had started trying to write everything down as he was saying it, but I quickly got outpaced. So
You can't
By the
outpace me.
bids.
I do a JoJo pose. You think you are faster
I'm-
than me?
I'm not speedy enough.
You're approaching my speaking speed.
Da, 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 da,
And
da,
now,
da.
level
Okay.
up.
You are level 16, if I'm correct.
Yes.
And after this, the tournament begins for realsies, which is to say that tomorrow, well, tomorrow after like a big bath day, during which you relax and are prepped up because this fight was harsh and you all need a good break.
Oh yeah, we also get a dual class feat.
Marvelous. In order to make things a little bit more exciting, during the tournament, you only get your resolve back, let's say every 3 days. You're busy. Fights are intense. Also, it helps, you'll still have enough points to do everything you need to anyway. So, just a little spice on top. Okay, level 16 class feats. What are you getting? Have you
Well,
thought about
first
it?
off, yeah, I'm getting persistent boost.
What does it do?
So now when Sir Metal Fist hits something, I also do 1d8 cold persistent damage.
That's actually pretty dang nuts if you get something that's weak to cold.
Yeah.
I know what I'm taking.
Don't forget
Deadly Grace.
you also get a dual class feat, so you can get an archetype or
Yeah.
you can get another class feat, I think.
I'm also getting you failed to account for this.
Oh god, she took it.
I love the
that.
names for your abilities.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
But yeah,
Yeah, I took Deadly Grace.
what do we have to look forward to?
Monstrosity shape.
Purple Worm, oh no.
Oh no.
Purple worm, sea serpent, and
Oh, God.
phoenix.
Oh dear god, that's good. Okay, Kujen, would you like to show the class what your rapier attacks look like now?
Sure, I will show you what a critical on
I-
my finishers now looks
I
like.
wonder if this adds everything, if it does that properly or not. We'll see. Let's see, does it add that? I don't think it does. Let's see, if you score a critical hit with an add armor, that's a deadly trait, which I think rapier does. It has a deadly D8, right? Yep. You double the number of
does.
dice from that trait. I don't think it did. I think it increased it because you have a major striking, greater striking, right? That increases it too. Let's see, deadly. If the curve is good, yep. It shouldn't. It didn't double them, so I think you get 2 more D8s. So roll those, and we'll add it all up in our heads. So when Kujin has a great day, he can do over 100 damage.
Oh no, I've been able to do that before. That was a bad roll.
Listen, you can't show the class. You gotta mean it. You gotta mean it, Kujin.
88, 88, 97.
97.
IG88. All right. So Kujin now hits like a truck.
And remember, if I kill something, or take down someone while I'm using a finisher, I get to keep my panache.
Hot. Don't forget to give yourself a hero point as we go into the next session. And next time, we're going to start off with our first bout of the day. The player characters, the Dapper Scamps versus Winter's Roar! Rar. And because you have a right to know, just a reminder what the theme song is. Here you go. Oh god, you failed to account for this. This is so great. It's so dumb.
I just get my crafting DC as an AC for, and attack.
Don't forget, the arena's going to be full of tricks and traps.
I wonder
And
if
then-
there are any other good archetypes I could take.
I mean, you can
So
all
how do you?
dual class feats allow you to take the all another class feat if you want to. By the way, What's up, Claire? You want to go to bed? Go to bed.
well, I mean, I have to do things, but so first I need to learn. We need to discuss poison rules because I'm going to be taking more poison feats.
What
But
do
the problem is there's no option for when I make a poison. There's no option for me to chuck the poison in this thing.
Claire, you don't chuck poison at people. You put it
Then-
on your weapon, and then you stab them with it. You can give your poison to Kujen, and then Kujen can stab someone with it.
Yeah, but what about where's I have a feat for this. 1 second. What about things like shape containment?
What?
What?
Okay,
Show it.
Oh, yeah, that's basically an action of its own.
yeah. So let's see. That's what I mean. Am I if I can't chuck poison, what the hell is this then?
Holy shit, Claire. I'm gonna shake you around. There are 4 major types of poison application. There's injury, which requires you to stab someone. There's contact, in which case you just have to touch them with it. There's ingested, in which case they have to eat it, and there's inhaled, in which case they have to breathe it. Inhaled, you throw into like a cloud. I don't know how that works, actually. Now you mentioned, I don't actually know how those function.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at because I have that slowing poison, but the thing is it doesn't really say other than I have to slide on the thing. The problem is I think they're all like that, so I don't really understand. And there's all these feats where I
Silence!
create
The inhaled potion is activated by unleashing it from a container. Once it creates a 10-foot cube, lasting 1 minute. I think it just is made adjacent to you, but I imagine you can throw it since you're a bomber.
that's what I'm getting at.
So yes, you can hurl bombs at people if you want to, and make poison clouds.
Yeah, and hell, if I have to, I mean, I'm fine with taking a dart gun or whatever.
Well, yeah, sure, you can do whatever you want.
I'm just trying to figure out how to get it going.
Don't forget, you can also give your items to other people, so you can put the poison on Kujen's weapons if they want to.
Which
But
would just
Kujan
give me
doesn't seem-
even more murder.
I don't know if Kujan wants poison though.
No,
Claire-
because I don't want you to poison people before we fight them.
Hey, Claire, let me put my hand on your belly and rub it a bit and tell you this.
Yeah,
Did
rub
you-
my tummy.
Pretty sure that if you critically hit with a weapon that's poisoned, it goes straight to the second phase. Or no, I'm wrong. I thought that's how it worked. I like how that works. You get a crit with the hit. You also get you treat the result as one worse. It's just fun.
I thought that's how it worked.
I'll say that's how it works because that makes sense. You hit them real hard, the poison gets everywhere. There's poison in my boots.
I'm not sure why that made into it. I was almost thinking about taking this, but this almost seems very, very.
What the fuck is this?
This is a level 16 feet. Look how specific this has to be.
A creature within 30 feet critically fails its initial saving throw against a poison you created. With carefully created you cooks with. Oh, that's just goofy.
Yeah, that's a level 16 feat. You see why I'm having problems getting feats? These are. I have the good feats.
I would like to remind you, Claire, that the poison DCs on your things is equivalent to what's it called? forgot. My brain doesn't work. The DC on
Same.
your poisons is equivalent to your class DC, which I think we bumped up. And if I didn't, I'm gonna kick myself in the groin.
Don't do that.
Oh.
It's not.
That was not me kicking me in the groin. That was me being hungry.
Well,
Let's see. Well, I said that
my
you
class
get the.
DC is 35.
No, I'm gonna increase that to 37 because I think that since you are technically a spellcaster, you deserve it. Like your DC is already pretty garbage as it is. Like the way you work is already pretty nasty. So I think that should go.
Hey,
Can I
Claire,
increase
why don't you
this?
get the poisoner dedication?
Oh, I get alchemical mastery then. Ugh, can I just increase it? Will you please not complain? Yes, there we go. No, that's perception. Wrong one.
Oh yeah, I should take that actually. That can be my cross-class feat thingy.
Oh fuck! If you're gonna
Your
be like that, I'm just
archetype.
gonna give you a +2. Here's a +2 for being Claire. Type is required. Untyped. There. You get a +2 bonus for being Claire.
Yay! So wait, where's
What
I
happened?
don't know how to add persistent.
Oh no, I have to add that manually.
Right.
Sir Metalfist is one cool guy. Got him.
Wait, I gotta fix the overdrive thing. I think.
This is the part where Bea gets like another cool fighter thing.
Uh,
I have
oh
to
yeah.
think
there.
about it. Could just be lame and pick.
Don't
Wait,
forget, you can
what's-
also pick the exciting skill feat. Whoa, a skill feat! What?
Oh.
I took an assurance.
wait? I'm
Which are
confused.
surprisingly good, by the way.
What do I need poisoner dedication for?
I was just saying you could, because it could give you abilities. I didn't look at it.
Yeah, Claire. All right, let's see. Assurance, acrobatics. Don't forget 10 pressure proficiency modifier, which in this case would be 24, so 34. Which, considering who you're dealing with, isn't bad to have. You can target will
Oh.
and
Right.
reflex
Sorry,
with it, right?
I have to go.
Bye bye, Claire.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh boy, big day tomorrow.
Good sleep.
So you can target will and reflex, right, with your acrobatics? I thought you had like a will. thing.
Me?
Yeah.
It depends on which one I'm using, but yeah.
Well, in that case, assurance for your acrobatics is great because don't forget that works on your combat skills too. That's not just outside of combat. You can use them whenever.
Yeah, because daring act is against reflex, and vexing tumble is against will.
Yep. So odds are you can target someone save that's DC is 34 or less. Wait, my brain. Yeah, that makes sense. Legendary, legendary, legendary. Do some kickflips.
Kilimanjaro.
No, don't forget to see who was offer you want. I'll probably put it up in writing at some point.
Yeah, I'll flick through that more carefully and rank them.
No, but I gotta go to the bathroom and I got a whole bunch of stuff to do. It's gonna be a busy
Night.
fucking
Time to go
day.
to sleep.
Go, go,
Bye-bye.
go. Good luck
Bye-bye.
tomorrow, Safi.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck.